Yo, 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 what's up? Post-match, Milan Real Madrid, another game in which Milan did not concede goals. Great news. Against a Spanish team. And guys, we played like against Real Madrid. We weren't playing against Nice, Valencia, Proceso. We're playing against Real Madrid, a team that is big, right? I mean, we that was a good game.
Yeah, man, that was incredible. And sorry for getting in. I mean, I really like the Leao performance. Just to start straight away with talk about some players. Leao, I liked Brahim Diaz, and yeah, decent group. Tomori, pretty good. Mike Magnan, the penalty kick, that was insane, man. That was really good. That was unexpected. But yeah, overall, we are quite there, almost there. We need two key players, like we always say, to be actually winning these games. And because it's a friendly, you never know what type of intensity Real Madrid was playing. But yeah, overall, that was a good performance. We're getting better. It's not the one we saw against Nice. We are more match fit, let's say. What do you guys think? Who wants to start talk about something?
Yeah, so can I go?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah, so I was very I was very happy with the way we defended. Our defense looked solid. Our pressing was maybe if there was a rating out of 10, I think our pressing was like 7 to 7.5. We could have been a bit more intense in terms of our pressing. So defensive side, and then the way we build up our play was also good. We were kind of bypassing Real Madrid's man marking kind of thing with easy passing triangles, and we built up well. But where we faltered was in the final third of final third, where we missed that final pass, or we had communication issues, or we couldn't finish our chances. So this has been our issue for a long time now. I think that in the 4-2-3-1, our three has to be a lot more productive and a lot more intense in terms of finishing as well.
Our Makers did two or three bad decisions over there during the game. So yeah, you guys go. You guys go.
I just wanted to add to Layat's point. Salamakers, okay, definitely needs to improve, or we need a better player there. I think even Brahim Diaz, other than his dribbling and his carrying skills, I think he needs to improve in terms of his passing and his end product as well.
Uh, well, for example, going back to Brahim Diaz, he started pretty well that attacking situation, and he gave it on the right to Selemakers, and Selemakers had a simple pass for Leao so he can finish, and that simple pass is missing. Brings back to the fact that what Brahim Diaz did before is useless, so we don't get the result for all this work. And that was the problem we had with Akan as well, that he was missing a lot of last 30-meter passes. So we need to get better at that. We need to train that. We need to have better players. And I feel even Brahim Diaz is going to score more or be more productive. Selemakers is going to be more productive as well. And Leao is going to be more productive. Rebic and all the players are going to play in those last 30 meters.
One point I missed. One player I think we both missed out is Theo Hernandez. I think Theo Hernandez also needs to be more productive on the final third of our
Yes.
of our chance creation play.
Yeah, definitely. Theo needs to release that ball quicker and to think as a squad, not as an individual. He needs to see the players around him, and move that ball quick. And yeah, he's not the diva of this team. He needs to play for the strikers, for the wings, and for the people that actually have to score. Not him. It's not about him. It's about the striker. I think all the work needs to be done for Giroud and the two wings, which are Selemaker, and that case was Leao or Rebic and Castillo, whoever is going to play in those positions. All the work we're putting in is for those three players to finish and get the goal. But yeah.
Can we say that in these last two games, Giroud showed why I am not that excited about him?
Yes.
Okay. Before everyone says anything
Guys,
about Giroud,
can I just can I just speak about Giroud a little bit? So I think we have a little higher expectations of Giroud.
I don't.
So so what I think is in terms of the whole signing of Giroud, we want somebody very close to being like Ibrahimovic, but Ibrahimovic is on a different level. He's that kind of Benzema or a Lewandowski, but the only problem is he's like 40 years old now, so his physical fitness is not like Lewandowski's or Benzema's. I mean, a player so tall who can hold up the ball, who can pass, and who has the footballing ability. I think very few strikers in the world have that. Giroud is somewhat more like a facilitator. He's good for holding up the ball. He's good to he's a good aerial presence. He can bring the ball down. I mean, he's good for in case. I mean, if especially if Serie A teams are parking the bus or they're kind of trying to have too many numbers in the middle of the park. Giroud is good for as that 6'4" striker who can whom you can put a long ball and he can bring the ball down and hold it for Leao to make a run behind him. That's the kind of striker Giroud is. He's not going to, like Nathan said earlier, he's not going to come out and he's not going to play the ball. He's not technically as equipped as what Zlatan is. So and another thing is he's an aerial presence when there is a corner or a free kick being put into the box. So I think, I mean, when there is not enough supply like today, I think Giroud will be kind of a bit isolated. But I did see, yeah, please.
Giroud is a striker that only lives on supply.
Yep.
These are strikers that if you don't supply them the ball, you're not going to see them. So Giroud depends on everybody else around him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even in the 2018 World Cup for France, he didn't score a single goal. I think he had an assist for Mbappe. I mean, but in the first game, in France's first game in 2018, they lacked a point of what I called as a point of reference. So their defenders, their attackers, I think Griezmann played as a false nine. Griezmann was getting dominated very easily, and then that's when Deschamps brought in Giroud because Benzema was frozen out of the squad. So when Giroud came, there was a point of reference, and France, who actually played a kind of a catenaccio kind of a game, they would play deep and then they would just launch balls, and Giroud would hold it up for Mbappe to run behind him, and Giroud just had to play the ball into Mbappe, and Mbappe would take it. That's the kind of thing that I think even we are planning with Leao and Giroud, and I mean that's the. I mean, if in case a team parks the bus, all Mignon has to do or all Tomori or Kier has to do is to launch a ball into Giroud and hope for Leao or the right wing, whoever the right winger is, to make a run behind him.
I want to ask something to Laird. Laird, do you still think Giroud is going to score 20 goals like you said a few weeks ago?
easy.
Get out.
Listen, put Ilicic in that occasion instead of Selemakers, and you get a chance over there. If you put more quality players in that squad, you get some chances. And again, we played against Real Madrid without Kessie and Benacer today. Again, I want to repeat that. No, it's not a B team, Real Madrid. Who was missing?
Bro.
No,
That was not a B team.
No,
You
that
had
was
Bale,
not a B
you had
team.
Isco.
I just
had
want
some
to tell you
big
that
players.
Varane is gone. Varane is gone.
Only two players missing was Toni Kroos and Benzema. Rest all they were all first
That's
11
it.
players.
Was Casemiro
The
there?
second half was
Modric
Yeah,
was
Casemiro
there.
played in the first half.
Who said it was a B team? Who said it was a B team?
Me?
I mean,
Nathan
the second
said,
half was a B team.
Nathan, you said it was a B team?
Antonio, the second half, even our team was a B team. And again, we started with the B team because Kessie and Benacer wasn't playing. Ibrahimovic wasn't playing. So and Kier came in the second half. So we had 4 key players not playing in the beginning.
And to add to Layard's point, this is Real Madrid. I mean, they would obviously come at us. They would play a higher line. But Monday, when we are playing a team like Cagliari or Udinese, who are parking the bus and inviting the team to attack against us, I think a player like Giroud would be really, really important.
The thing is, Giroud, like Roy was saying, if Zlatan is injured, I think we're going to be in trouble because Giroud he can't create for himself.
I mean, I disagree
Even
strongly with that.
He has his foot skills will not allow him to create in tight spaces.
Okay, so my response, like, I agree with you guys that he's not as good as Ibra. Like, I definitely agree. But like, he's better than what we had last season. I would say, but he's miles better. And also, I can't really judge him too much from this game because he maybe missed, like, I saw him miss one chance that Leao gave him a ball and he miskicked it. But other than that, he didn't really miss any chances. He barely got chances to score. So, like, I can't really, like I agree 100% with Liar when he said, if you put other players around him, then, and you create more chances, then it's a different story. And I think Milan, we had very little amount of shots on target this game and, like, chances created. So, especially the second half. So we can't judge him now.
Okay, but he doesn't get himself into.
Hey, if you want to link, hit me up on my Instagram. All right, keep it going.
I just want to add some messages for Roy. Roy's gonna like this one.
Paul, you weren't watching the game, obviously. Tonali was incredible.
Yeah,
and I have this one as well, Roy.
Isco almost scored a goal against us.
Paul, I agree with you, man. I agree with you.
Paul,
Tonali was
you
good.
guys
You
guys have
good, but not incredible.
Hold on, let me say this. You guys have decided to lasso onto this player, Tonali, a 21-year-old, and you want to see him murdered because you have lust for blood.
And Roy, let me follow up with that too. He is playing as a CDM. His job is to keep the ball moving. And when Tonali got the ball, he had the ball for about a second and a half to 2 seconds, and he kept the flow moving. That means he's not slowing up the game. He's not slowing up any counterattacks. That is what we need him to do. We don't, and his passing was good as well. So I don't understand what else you want. You want him to score a 40-yard screamer on top of it? Like, no, he got the ball. And he either turned and passed it, or he gave the ball to a person who.
No, we need listen.
I think I can reach the middle ground here. I think in terms of what Tonali did today, I think he was actually good. But when we are playing in the Champions League, when we are playing a more serious competition, and for example, if we are playing a team like Atalanta who press very high, I think like how Laird said, we would need Tonali to play those kind of passes which Care did into Salamanca's or Leao, which is like
Instagram. Hit me up on my Instagram.
He needs to be a bit more consistent. I do see a lot of potential in him, and I do see a lot of some great stuff from him. But one game he does that, and the next 3 games he goes missing. So I think it's due to age, and he has the ability to come up. I think he can do that. So I think he needs to improve, but I think it's not right to crucify him for his inconsistency given his age is only 2021.
I don't know, man.
Pete, what do you want to say, man? You're quite quiet today.
Well, I was just listening. I agreed with a lot of what everyone said about Giroud. He just needs better service.
Yeah.
Coupled with the fact that we noticed watching the game that unlike Ibrahimovic, who demands the ball closer to the halfway line to start the attack, Giroud hasn't been very vocal about getting the ball, and maybe that's just it's still the preseason. He's still getting to know his team and his teammates. I think that's a big part of it, and we don't have that final pass isn't 100% yet in the final third. Leao did a lot of really good things on the left, and then just the final ball every time. It's the final ball. Same with Diaz. They're getting into good areas, and then it's the final ball.
Personally,
the piggyback off of that, if Giroud if he actually dropped a little bit deeper, that would force that Madrid defense to kind of follow suit, and that would actually give Leao the opportunity to get in behind, because Giroud was playing so far back that
I want to stop you right now.
I saw Giroud coming back many times.
No, but listen,
Nathan, I want to stop you right now.
Hold on. But let me finish. You gotta let me finish. That final pass that you were talking about, it gets more difficult the closer you are to the opponent's box. So if Giroud were to just draw a defender with him, that would give our wingers the ability to get in behind, and then that final pass can come when the defenders are not fully focused on him. Because that's the thing, Roy, you know this from coaching. The worst thing about defense is communication, and any sort of movement that forward does is going to break down communication, and that's when our wingers can get in behind, and then we can have like those little deep passes over the top for Leao, because then he has more space to run at defenders and run at the goalie.
We know. Let me finish, because people are gonna forget that point. Let's say, visualize this: Giroud comes deep to ask for the ball, no? And Diaz goes. No, listen to me. You want Giroud to come deep, no? Giroud comes deep to get the ball, no, or to pass the ball back, and Diaz goes behind Giroud. Who is the player that actually is gonna get the ball?
Not for Diaz. No. You're misinterpreting what I'm saying. I'm not saying for Giroud to come that deep, but when you watch the game, he was so far on the back line that there's no more room to play in behind the defense. If he were to come like 10 yards, maybe check in like 10 yards, he's gonna draw the defenders with him, and that gives Leao and Salamaker's time to overlap.
Okay, they're gonna overlap. Who's gonna pass that ball for the overlap?
Because it's a one-touch pass. That's all it is.
No, because Diaz already he's the midfield that is gonna go there and get that ball and pass it.
You don't stand in one spot. You pass and move. All he has to do is make one pass to Giroud, run left or right, and that's where the space is gonna be. If you stand in one spot, okay. Let me ask you this. Are you easy?
We do that with Kessie. With Kessie, we do that because Kessie goes to the attacker and gets that ball. Tonali, Pobega, Krunic, they are not good enough to go and do that game with the Giroud. That's where I don't like Tonali. Tonali is good without pressure. Diaz. Well, but that's the whole point of the midfield. When you put Kessie and you put another player, basically everything changes. When Tonali is playing, he's not brave enough to go close to Giroud and do that type of game and get the ball and give it to the wing or give it to Diaz when he goes behind Giroud. That's the problem I have with Tonali. Tonali is good when he's passing with the defenders.
You shouldn't have no problems with Tonali.
Okay, well, sorry, man.
You should be grateful that we have Tonali.
No, Roy. He needs to be more there on the build-up in the last 30 meters. He's so far away.
I'll say this. Look at the other teams. And this is the point I usually make whenever I'm looking at other teams that play our formation. The players who are giving those passes over the top are usually the attacking mid. Okay? It's not gonna be Kessie or Benasser, because they're too far back. They're too far back. When you're that
when we have the ball, they are there, man. They're attacking with the whole team.
Not true. Not true.
When you watch other teams
when
you watch other teams play, you see players check in, and when they check in, it's a 1-2 pass situation, and then it's a chip over the top. And because the defense is not paying attention to that. I'm telling
guys,
you.
I don't know how you watch football, man. When you see just any if you see Italy, listen, if you see Italy, Immobile gets the ball and he gives it to the midfield, to Locatelli, to Barella, to the midfield. They are there. They are helping with the build-up.
Laer,
So Insigne and the other
guys,
ones
let
can
me
go
talk.
behind
Let me
you.
talk for a second. Let me talk
If
for a second.
Tonali doesn't help in the
Can I talk?
build-up,
Let me talk for a second, guys.
Well,
Tonali is a
finish at
deep
least
line playmaker. He's not a box-to-box midfielder. He's the
What is
reset.
that?
He is the
Listen-
reset button. And
No.
he's there in front of it. Yes, he is. He is. He is the reset button.
I don't care what is. You reset the game. You have the ball. Now you need to build up and participate to attacking.
Right. And when
That's
he
not how it
builds
works.
Well,
That's not
when
how
well,
it
it
works.
doesn't do
the
that.
attack, Tonali keeps the ball moving. Like, I don't know what else you want. When
Guys.
we get the ball in transition and we give it to Tonali instantly turns and then pushes it left or right. But he does it going forward. Unless there's no options, then he goes back. There was even a time when he had two players press him and he dragged the ball back between both of them and ran forward with the ball. Like, I don't understand what else you want from him. That's what he's supposed to do.
His position on the field is, listen, but when you attack, we're going to have three in the back, and it's pretty much a diamond. Tonali is a tip of a diamond. Tonali does not participate in the offensive plays. That's
What?
not his job. It's not his job. The
Well,
other
that's why you're
midfielder,
gonna get
the other
half chance a
midfielder,
game.
the other
You're gonna get a
midfielder,
half.
hold on, let me finish. The other midfielder is the one that inserts himself in the offensive play. Then you have the two, you have a winger, you have a three attacking mid. You have five players inserting themselves in the. Tonali is the guy that is there in the back waiting for the reset, then he spreads the ball. That's his job. That's what a regista does. Thank you. I win.
Roy, we're not playing with the regista. We're playing with two holding midfielders.
No.
Antonio, you can go.
Wrong.
But Tonali he's still as the
He's-
holding midfielder.
that's
Tonali
wrong.
still keeps the ball moving.
Guys, fake news. Larry is spreading fake news.
Okay. Fake
So
news.
what else
Okay.
do you want Tonali to do? Because he gives through ball passes, he gives long passes, he gives short
I
passes.
wanna.
Can I speak for a
listen,
second?
I wanna let Antonio speak because he wants to say something.
Yeah, I just want to say that I think there's not really a point in having this like big debate about Tonali, just based off of this game, and I don't think there's a point of having a debate about Giroud as well. I think both players played well given the circumstance of the game. I thought Tonali did his job well, his main job. We can debate whether we want to see him go up more or not, but I think his main job as a regista, he did well. And I think that debating Giroud for not getting chances and like not being served and trying to like already compare him to Ibra and say that he's not as good, which
But that's why we
obviously we
got
know
him.
already. Yeah, but obviously he's not going to be as good as Ibra. I think you can't just immediately say you're disappointed in Giroud after this game. Like I think that's a pretty dumb take. Like I don't see why we'd be disappointed in him. He already scored one goal in the 3 games he's played, and he looks like when you give him a clear chance, he looks dangerous. So I mean, I think we should be feeling good about those two players. I would prefer to talk about other players that I saw that actually played bad today.
Yeah, I think I agree, Antonio. I think it's a function. I think it's a function of how we attack when we attack. We always attack from the left, and we're way too predictable. And so even if Giroud could get good service, he's not going to. The opposing team is already set up to stop Teo Hernandez from making bombing runs.
Please repeat that again. What side do we attack down all the time?
Left.
Please repeat it.
Almost every time.
Thank you.
You know,
And when we try to attack down the right,
Let him continue. What happens when we try to attack down the right?
Let's Pete finish and after.
No. Let him finish. What happens when we attack down the right?
I think Salamakers is too toothless. He'll have a few good movements, and then he'll pass the ball back or to the side, and he doesn't have the confidence to attack. He does so many things really well. We're just toothless over there, and we become predictable.
I actually would like to say something. Even Sari's style of football is always lopsided towards the left because Insigne is his main creator in a 4-3-3 formation. The difference is that Insigne is
focus on attacking from the left because that's where our best attacking players are. But you need to be able to attack from the right to keep them honest. We're not keeping them honest.
Thank you.
You know, one of my when I was after the game, I was thinking my biggest takeaway. I have a couple. One is about how good Magnan is personally, but the other main takeaway that I took is we need to get at least like one or two more attacking players because we need something different. I thought our build-up play, our final third play, like usual, is just something is missing. I think if we get somebody like James or someone that's good at keeping the ball, good at distributing it, and makes quicker passes to maybe, and also, I mean, look, I trust Diaz. I think he's good, and I like that I liked his attempt on goal. It was pretty good, but we need another option. And yes,
Antonio.
I do think that one of those positions is a right wing. So I say we still need.
Thank you, Chad. You're the man.
Right wing.
Tick, it is music to my ears. But Antonio, so you can agree if we had a right wing who was skilled and athletic enough to get forward, that would give Diaz more options besides just going left.
Yeah, and also I think the right wing would need to be a good should be able to dribble people one-on-one because we need somebody. Yeah. We were losing a lot of one-on-one battles, and I mean it is Real Madrid, so it's expected. But we do need people that can like jump past the player and try to get to the line and maybe cross it in. Just something.
And Calabria can overlap, but like I said, Salamakers isn't skilled enough to set that up. He doesn't hold the ball long enough.
Oh God. Come on. I saw Calabria overlap and underlap many times.
Once in a blue moon doesn't matter. It needs to be consistent like the left side.
Calabria was required to keep the shape of three at the back. I mean, because that side, it's obviously there is Marcelo and there is Rodrigo. And those two are not just any stupid players playing over there.
Yeah, we just need the option to. We don't need to attack. Like I said, we don't need to attack from the right every other play. It doesn't need to be 50-50, but we need at least 75-25. We don't have that right now.
We do need to attack. I'm not disputing that. But there is obviously, I mean, in any game, there are two aspects of both offense and defense. So a coach needs to keep both in mind. So since Ibrahimovic and Giroud are not all that good at pressing, you need somebody like Salamakers to press. So I think that's one thing that they are keeping in mind when they're looking for a right winger, and that is one reason why I want Sabitzer as the right winger instead of an attacking midfielder, because he had the work rate and he had the creativity.
Guys, I totally disagree with everything you guys are saying because it's simple as that. We are less performing on the right side because our right midfielder is not participating to the attacking part. Kessie participates way more. He pushes all that side way more, and he brings a lot of more chance on the left. On the other side, who plays over there? Benacer was a bit poor. Tonali is not great at attacking. All of them, they don't build the attacking side and help Salamakers or Calabria to actually be dangerous on that side. Of course, Salamakers is less talented than Leao and Rebic on dribbling and actually being accurate on assist. But on the other side, our midfielder on the right, mid-right, is not good enough. Always we have just one.
Who is our midfielder in the mid-right?
At the moment is Tonali, Pobega, whoever.
Here we go.
Oh, you're telling me Tonali is performing like Kessie?
Tonali did not play that role, Laird. Tonali was behind.
Okay, we bought the wrong players. Okay, we bought the wrong player.
I told you
if he's not playing in that position, we bought the wrong player.
He's playing a deep line with Regista in the middle. He's not supposed to help the mid-right.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, man?
Yeah,
We're not playing with we are not playing with three midfielders. We're playing with two midfielders. He's gonna be at the same level. He's gonna do like this with Kessie.
One of them is a Regista. One of them is a box-to-box. I mean, how can you not say that? See that, guys? Who's right here? Who's right?
Larry, those
who's
two
right?
mids, like you said, Larry, those two mids who go up like this, they have to have support. On the left side, who supports them? Rebic or Leao supports them. On the right, Salamakers is not good enough or athletic enough to support the attack. You just said
my question is the mid-right supporting the attack enough?
He's not supposed to.
He can't. He literally can't. Tonali would have to go coast to coast. Salamakers.
Listen, in the second half, we saw Tonali doing a wrong pass to Salamakers. We saw that. That was an occasion when Tonali went forward and he missed the ball. He missed the pass.
If Salamakers was faster, he probably would have got there.
He's not faster. You know he's not faster.
Okay,
You are
then.
his mate.
So
Well,
he's-
but
so
you know
he's
it.
not-
So do the pass right. You have Selemakers with that. You're not doing the pass because you have Messi or I don't know Bale there. You have Selemakers. You need to do the pass right if
So
you
we
want
need to get a better
to
right
have a
wing.
chance. Huh?
So we need
No.
to get a better right wing.
I'm thinking we're not gonna get. We maybe gonna get one good right wing. But when Selemaker is playing, we're gonna give up playing football.
But that's the thing. If we're winning and we're trying to close the game, then Salamakers is perfect because he's
You
going to be more focused with defense. But if we're losing or tied, Salamakers does not offer anything in attack.
Listen,
it shows you in some of these preseason games, the last 3, we're playing against teams that are more organized and better coached than what we'll see in a lot of our Serie A games. And these teams know how we attack. It's so obvious.
Thank you.
No, I think our weak spot is the mid right is not performing the same way Kessie does, and it's a fact, man.
It was true last year as well when Benacer was playing.
Guys, our mid right last year was Çalhanoğlu, by the way.
No, Çalhanoğlu is the number 10. It doesn't. I'm not even talking about the number 10 right now. I'm talking about the 2 holding midfielders. When people say, "Oh, we have a Regista and we have Kessie," no, it's not like this, man. Because when we are playing, even Kessie sometimes goes in the same line of the defender, gets the ball and gives that tempo, and sometimes Benacer does it. Of course, Benacer is gonna do it more than Kessie because Kessie likes to go more forward and Benacer likes more.
Okay, so let me ask you something.
I'm finishing. And Tonali is gonna do that more. He's gonna be more a Regista. But when he has the ball, you need to build up.
I want to ask you something. When Pioli is setting up the team and when he's training the team, he says, Kessie, Benacer, you guys are free to do whatever you want.
No, I'm not saying that, man. I'm saying when we have the ball. No, I'm saying when you have the ball and you go on the right side, the midfielder needs to come with them and help them. He needs to be there and do the passing and do the work as well in the last 30 meters, not stay in the line with the defenders.
No, he's supposed to be right in front of the defenders. He's supposed to be right in front of the defenders. He is he's playing like Pirlo played. That's what they're asking him to do.
That is your mind. No one is asking him to play like Pirlo.
Did you notice how much room was on Salamaker's side to attack, yet we still didn't go that direction?
Well, listen. Who needs to go? Who is the midfielder needs to bring the ball in that direction? Is Krunic or is Tonali?
We can't go that direction because
Salamakers. You have to bring the ball. You have to bring the ball there. He's gonna miss it. That is another thing.
So you want Tonali
Why
to
they
go
don't bring
coast to
the ball
coast?
there?
You want Tonali to go coast to coast, dribble
No,
past
not coast to coast. You need to grab the game and command the game, control the game.
It's not his job to go all the way up there.
He never brought the ball on the right side.
He literally did what you wanted him to do. He got the ball and he passed it. When Salamakers was open, he passed it to him. But Salamakers cannot exploit the space that Real Madrid leaves open.
He is being specifically told to not participate in that line of the offense. He's being specifically told to be the deep line playmaker. It is obvious. It is obvious. I mean, he's doing what Benacer does. If you analyze Benacer in the last 5 games of the Serie A, he was right there. He was a deep line playmaker. He didn't do inserimenti. What is inserimenti? Those penetrating runs into the box. That's not what he's supposed to do.
But I'm not asking to penetrate in the box, man. I'm asking to be close and help for the fucking attacking side, man.
But he's not asked to do that.
Checks back.
Bro, how do you know he's not asked, man?
Because I know the position that he's supposed to play. I've trained that position.
No, why
I know that position.
More than him at the end of the season.
That position is a reset position. He can. If you take him away from that position, we're subject to counterattacks.
Larry, if Tonali checks back and he's almost 10 yards from the defense when he gets the ball, he has to turn and pass to someone in a more advanced position so we can get the ball moving.
Okay, and you need to run and get closer. But listen to me. You pass the ball further and you run up and you get closer to that person to help that person. He didn't.
But Larry, when you
Come
pass
on.
the ball,
Now
you
we
lose
have
on
to
the ball.
assassinate Tonali in a preseason
Nah,
friendly.
man.
Look,
No, I'm not. I'm not saying. I'm not even talking about its performance. I'm talking about his behavior during the game. He's not doing the attacking side. We need the two midfielder to build the attacking part. Both of them.
Right, but that's not how Pioli's. But okay, so then the problem is not Tonali, it's Pioli, because he's not playing. He's not playing with two box-to-box midfielders. He's playing only with one. So then your issue is not Tonali, it's Pioli.
Roy, do you want me to actually go on YouTube and show you how what part of the pitch Benacer are when we have the ball?
Yes, because I've analyzed it a million times. I know exactly what he does. So yes.
No, it's not. It's not true, man.
But Larry,
it's not true.
Larry, so whenever Tonali and Kessie are there, one of them checks back, right, to get the ball from the defense.
How? What are you guys talking about?
No, Roy. That's what happens, right? Either Kessie or Benacer will check to get the ball from, like you said, they reset. They get the ball from the defense, and then they turn and see who they can pass to. The person in front of them is the most advanced person, would either be, depending on what side of the field, would either be Benacer or one of the wingers, or if the cam checks into space. But once he passes the ball, then he can move either left or right into a little bit more advanced position to receive the ball if it comes back to him. He can't pass the ball and then run past the right winger. That's not how that works. Like Roy said, then you get caught on a counterattack if they win the ball.
The reason why you have a deep line regista and you put him in the basically Tonali's role is to be between the defenders and then the rest of the team that is attacking. That is what he's being asked to do. He's not being told, hey, I don't want you to go and penetrate. I want you to be in that space. So then if we can't penetrate, then just receive the ball, reset the ball, and then switch the ball. Just be that man in the filter. He is not Kessie. He is not trying to be what he does. Kessie is your box-to-box midfielder that participates to all the plays, no matter where. Benacer, Tonali, these players have a very specific role. It's if you see their heat signature in possession, it's only in one space there in the middle, pretty much, most of it. They're not asked to be box-to-box midfielders.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it, man. You're gonna see it.
I've been teaching this for 10 years, and I've taught, and I was forced to study it. I was forced to do exams on this shit. Like.
Roy, but I'm not talking about the deep line regista. It's not his job, man. When you play with two
that's what they're asking him to do, Laird.
Oh my God!
So who is it? Who is it? Who's the deep line regista? Who's the deep line regista? Who is it?
Roy, he's not. When you play with two midfielders, you don't have a deep line regista. They both do that job.
No, that's not true.
That's not true.
Well, we've seen that. I've seen Kessie go.
So when Pirlo and Ambrosini were playing in that,
don't even go there. That is another formation. That is a three midfielder with two.
When Leonardo had the 4-2,
that's not the same.
When Leonardo had 4-2-3-1, what was Pirlo doing? He was still. Come on, Laird, please.
Roy, listen. If you guys listen, I wanna close this thing because we're never gonna get to the end of this. But if you play in a midfield and you're not helping the right wing, going there and actually doing passing with him on the last 30 meters and being present there, you're doing it wrong. Simple as that.
Hold on, Larry. How far?
Completely wrong. Completely wrong.
How far up do you want Tonali to be as our CDM? How far up do you want him to be?
I'll tell you how far. When our defense is basically on the half of the pitch, because we press high. So our defense, when we have the ball, is on the middle of the pitch.
Okay.
Tonali should be between the middle of the pitch and the box in that middle there. No, he's never there.
Yeah, that's
he's never there. He's always he's always in the line with the defenders.
That's only during the build-up phase.
Well, exactly.
Kangaroo, I have a license on this shit. I've literally been. Oh my God! Listen, I don't want to even get in this. Like, we're going to do the analysis of these games when they come, and then you're going to be proven wrong.
No, man. It's basically in the build-up. He's there, and he doesn't move forward, man. He stays there.
Okay, so let me
we
ask
don't
this.
need another midfielder.
Larry, let me ask this. So when we are in the offensive third and Tonali gets the ball, at the end of the day, Salamakers still is not able to exploit the space to get that pass from either Tonali or Diaz. He cannot exploit that space. So we still go to the left. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because the right side still is not productive. We do not go down the right side. So it doesn't matter. If we had a player that can exploit the space and give more options in attack, you would see how much smoother it would be. That's why we go to the left every time.
Guys, Tonali is not being asked to play that role, period. I mean, either you get the argument switches to Pioli and how he uses his two-man midfield, or that's it. Actually, that's it. It's a Pioli discussion. It's not got nothing to do with Tonali.
I'm talking
did a
about
great job today at being a regista.
Roy, I'm talking about the interpretation of his position. He's interpreting.
What is his position, Larry? What is his position?
His position is to actually be a proper midfielder. So be
what?
on the build-up in every.
There are different kind of midfielders. Is he box to box? Is he a regista? Is he attacking midfielder? Defensive midfielder? What is it?
It's not about the box-to-box, man. Listen, he can do that job when you have Kante and Kovacic on your midfield because you are Jorginho. So you do that. But you and Krunic, you and Kessie, you and Pobega. So you have to do both of the sides of the job, not just the regista.
No.
Yes,
Why?
his interpretation is
who?
wrong, man.
Says who?
Says when you see
Says
image.
If you tell your midfielder, hey, today you're going to be the regista, I want you to come back. I don't want you to go box to box. The coaches give them specific jobs, Larry. They don't just do whatever the fuck they want. They give them specific jobs. It is obvious that Tonali is the regista. Come on, this is becoming a stupid conversation now.
No, I'm talking about the 4-2-3-1, man.
Yeah, what you're saying is not true.
Hello?
You can decide whether to have it's a decision. You can say, hold on. You can say, okay, today I'm going to play with two box-to-box, and both of them are going to be box-to-box. Or I'm going to say, today I'm going to play one regista and one box-to-box. It is obvious, but Tonali's been asked to play the box-to-box. Come on. This is obvious. Why do we even need to have this conversation? You're saying that Tonali is obviously playing as the regista. It is obvious. Benacer in this system, Pioli plays with a deep line regista. He always does that. So asking a deep line to regista to penetrate in the box is pretty much a crazy. It's either you hate the player or your real issue is Pioli, not the player.
What about Krunic?
Well, I never said he needs to go in the box. I never said he needs to go in the box, man.
But again, regista is not supposed to be on that same line as the attacking midfielders, like you suggested. You're saying that the right is not performing because the right midfielder, which you're saying should be Tonali is not a right midfielder. Tonali is a central midfielder. He goes in the center and then he rotates according to where he needs to be.
Hey,
but he's a regista. He's the reset button. That's what a regista is supposed to be. You never see Jorginho go attack. You never see Pirlo go in those positions. You never see Modric goes. These are players that are supposed to be between the attacking midfield line and the defense. Period.
Roy.
Mamma mia, ragazzi, dai.
Roy. Let Rohit say something. Go ahead, Rohit.
Yeah. So in an interview to the Athletic a while back, Pioli said that he modeled his tactics based on Hansi Flick's Bayern system. So at Bayern, before this season, before the 2021 season, when they won the treble, they also played a 4-2-3-1, and in the two-man midfield, one was Goretzka, and originally it was Thiago. So Thiago is a deep-lying playmaker. So there is a slight difference between a regista and a deep-lying playmaker. The regista actually is the one who sits in front of the defense, and he is supposed to dictate the play. And the deep lying playmaker is the one who has something kind of a similar role, but in the two man midfield in the double pivot, he is the one who has chance creation role. A chance. He has the responsibility for the chance creation. So basically, with Tonali or with Benacer and with Kessie with Tonali, Benacer or Kessie, Kessie is the muscle. Kessie is the midfielder who wins the ball, or who is the one who initiates the press and who plays as the B2B. The role of the other midfielder is to form a kind of a triangle with the centre backs, or to build up the play and then
In
join
this
the
case, a
attack.
diamond.
Right. And
Yeah,
Rohit, can I ask you a
yeah,
question?
yeah, sure, sure.
So because we didn't have another CDM like Kessie who can be the muscle,
Yes.
that did not free Tonali to be more creative in the offensive half. It
Yeah,
forced him.
just like he was a bit overloaded with Pobega when Pobega played against Nice. So I mean, it's not. I mean, Tonali didn't have the. I mean, Tonali doesn't have the experience of playing in this role since at Brescia he played in a three-man midfield, and playing as a proper regista in a three-man midfield. His responsibility was completely different. But playing in a two-man midfield, it's completely different from playing as a single regista. So I think that is a different for him. But I think all of you have a valid point. I think Layat has a valid point when he says that Tonali does have to join the attack a bit more. I
No, he
think Roy
doesn't.
and Nate.
He
Let
doesn't.
let let let,
He
let me get to it.
doesn't, Rohit. He's not asked to do that. Guys, listen to
Let
me.
let
When you coach
let
a
me
team, you tell your players exactly what you want them to do.
yeah
Okay, you tell them
let me
exactly how
let
far you want them to go. So saying that
let,
he
let
should or he doesn't, it's not up to him, it's up to the coach.
yeah let me get to the point, right. So when I mean definitely Bayern has a much technical and much physically better side than us. So when they play a very high line, automatically the deep line playmaker has to push up. But in our case, we are not as physically or technically equipped as Bayern. So Tonali does have to sit a little back. But I think both of you have a fair point when you say that Tonali can be a bit better. I think he can. I mean, he has that kind of a
You
passing
don't need
range
to be
where he can.
charitable with me, Rohit. It's fine.
No, I think both of you are have a point. I really do think both of you have a point. I think that when Lyot says that he has to push up and he has to he has to influence the play. I think he has a point there. And but the fact that it's a little bit too harsh to kind of say he's not good enough at 21, because registers take a lot of time to develop, because register is all about it's all about vision, it's all about experience, it's all about understanding.
Rohit,
I mean, yeah.
how can Tonali push up and do better when Krunic is literally
How, Paul
he's
Anthony?
like
What are you talking about,
no
Paul?
no no
Come
I'm
on
just
the
I'm
live
no
and tell us. I
no
want to
I'm
hear
asking
why
them
Paul
I'm
Anthony
asking them a
says what he
question.
said.
I'm asking them a question because
All right, sorry, Nathan. Sorry, my
no
bad,
no
Nathan.
bro,
Go
it's
ahead.
fine. I'm asking them because they keep saying they want him to push up, but how can he push up when Krunic literally is a disadvantage on the field?
I answered that question in my earlier point. The fact is that Bayern, Thiago was flanked by Leon Goretzka, and I rate Leon Goretzka as one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. I mean, if you're just taking this match, I think yes, Krunic was a clear disadvantage to that system, because Krunic is not a defensive midfielder. He's somewhat a kind of a midfielder a Lucas Paqueta kind of a midfielder who can fit as an attacking midfielder in a three-man midfield, or he can play as a left winger that like he does for Bosnia. So, been playing him alongside Krunic, I mean, like how they played for against Lazio, they were literally murdered by the Lazio three-man midfield. I mean, in the three-man midfield in the five midfield line. So it does. I think it does disadvantage Tonali a lot. I think I don't know if I said it on the stream for Nice game. I think that playing a physical midfielder next to Tonali actually gives him a little, not little bit, a lot more license to be a bit more creative and
I
roam a
can't
lot
wait
more.
in a few months when you guys will be praising the shit out of
Rohit,
Tonali.
Roy,
It's gonna be
if he
fun.
does
it
what
won't
I'm
work in our
saying, I'll
system,
praise
Rohit.
him.
It won't work in
Yeah.
our system because Kessie is always going to be the one to go forward, and we can't have both those CDMs going forward. So Tonali, regardless, is still going to be asked to play.
That's where I think Roy's point actually comes. That it actually depends on what's the instruction given by Pioli. So in certain games, I've seen that the two in certain games the double pivot actually stays
What
very
are you
close to each
talking
other.
about? Sorry, Roy. I'm not talking to you, Roy. I'm talking
Okay,
to Paul.
I see that. I mean, for example, if it's Benasser and Kessie, I see that the distance between these two players at max is gonna be like 12 feet, or not 12 feet. I think 6 to 8 feet for some matches. But for it depends on the opposition. If it's a different opposition who like to park a lot, then there's a lot more distance. But if it's a good opposition, then the distance between these two players are not very high. I remember in a certain counter attack or in against Napoli when we won 3-1 at San Paulo. Benasser was playing like an attacking midfielder because Kessie did give him that license to roam, which is why I feel that Pobega should not be the fourth defensive midfielder. We want somebody like Bakayoko because in case like Kessie gets injured or when he goes for the AFCON, we need that kind of physical player who can accompany Tonali or Benasser and give them that license to be more creative and foray forward so that in case they even lose the ball, then the other defensive midfielder can cover for him.
Lucas, do you want to say anything, man? I feel like you wanted to say something.
Yes, I was going to talk about the game.
Okay.
Lucas, who's right? Me, Saif, Rohit, who's right?
Larry, sorry, Roy. Yeah, right.
Guys, that's it. Discussion.
Yeah,
I was
just going to say that we need to spend like 50 million in our attack. Our attack stinks, especially the right wing. That's it.
That's it. That's the analysis of your game today.
Yeah, everything else was perfect, apart from the attack.
Okay.
What about the attack you didn't like exactly?
Rebic needs to get sold this summer. I don't know why people like him. He isn't good enough. He's just not good enough.
His link up with Leao is
His
why
link
he
up
plays
with
so much.
Leao. His link up with Leao. He couldn't put up a pass today. He couldn't even shoot. He couldn't do anything.
That, but throughout the season, his link up with Theo, I don't know why I said Leao. His link up with Theo is a part of the reason why our left side works.
He messed up a pass to Theo, a simple pass to Theo today.
I understand that. I'm talking about the past season or two. His link up with the left back is good, better than what Leao's link up is with them.
Yes, so if that's the only reason he's starting, then we should sell him because we can get a better player that can do both. For example, the link-up play and the goals and assists.
Tell me about what your opinion was on Giroud, because I thought Giroud was inexistent today.
I think he needed to go deep a bit. He wasn't getting the ball when he was in the half of Real Madrid. So I think he should have gone 2.5 more. And
thank you, Lucas.
In the midfield.
100% correct.
Saif and Paul, I sent you guys the links on your Instagrams. So if you want to come here and talk shit about Tonali, the line is free.
I kind of disagree with that point. I did see Giroud come out a lot and holding up the ball, but Rebic and whoever was playing on that right wing was not good enough to kind of capitalize on it.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
think he had.
even
Yeah, he
yeah,
had
Lucas,
one
sorry.
moment. He had one moment where he held up the ball and gave it to Brahim, and Brahim gave it to the left back, and it started a counter attack. Yeah, I remember that.
because Giroud does hold up the ball a lot, but I think like I don't know who mentioned it here. That it's a lot about how you connect with your
I'm just
teammates.
gonna
So
open the lines, guys.
so I think it's about how you connect.
Yo, Roy, are the cops coming for you?
No, I am the cops.
Are you selling? Are you selling some? Some powder, white powder.
I am the cops, guys.
Papito broke his restraining order.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'm gonna open up the lines, guys. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
No, I was going to say a joke about Papito.
Yeah, say it.
Okay. Are you sure you want to hear it?
Hey, guys, look at what Hamza says. You guys are generally out of your mind if you think Tonali is expected to go up further the attack. We run a 2-pivot midfield for a reason.
Exactly. Yeah. So my joke was, maybe Papito is a minor, and you like Papito, and
Oh,
something happened.
shut up. Don't even go there. Shut up.
Lucas, you're gonna be banned for 24 hours from
Yeah,
now.
No,
we're gonna ban you if you even.
I asked Roy if he wanted to hear it.
All right. So now move on, Lucas.
Let's talk about something positive, like Mike Magnan today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he was
think
good.
generally the whole thing was positive, but I think we all are being a bit little nitpicking here. I mean that's fine since it's a friendly, but I think though as a whole, since this is like the first time we are playing a Champions League side, I mean a team like Real Madrid who is a class apart, we drew them 0-0 without so many of our players. I think that is actually a positive note because for me this is actually a dress rehearsal as to what we're going to face in the Champions League very soon.
Yeah, and we may disagree on how we're playing and everything, but we were able to play our game today too.
Yeah, I
Even though we
mean,
weren't able to finish our chances.
we still are an incomplete side. I think we all can agree on the fact that we still need an attacking midfielder or a right winger and a defensive midfielder and a striker and a right back and all those positions. So I think even with last year's squad, which was kind of broken with all those injuries, I think we actually did a good job.
Yo, Roy.
Yes,
Um, how was the live stream today?
it was great.
No,
It's great.
like the Real Madrid versus AC Milan. You streamed it, right?
We streamed 40 minutes of it, and then it got cut down by the authorities. The authorities came for us.
And you got like 1K subs from it.
No, we got about 700. 600.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 600.
It's all
That's
good.
good.
There's only one sub that matters, and you know who it is.
No, I don't.
Well, you should.
I'm being promoted to Blue Knight.
Oh, guys, today Carlo Moretti was promoted to chat mod. So him and Eastbourne are the two first official chat mods of RossonARI TV. Congratulations to them. What an honor. What an honor.
I'm confused. You're right. I'm confused about Carlo Moretti. He doesn't show up as consistently as.
Carlo Moretti has been with us for a very long time. He's pretty consistent. So I thought he was the best next one.
Wow. Okay.
So what about Leao, guys? Do we want to talk about Leao and his performance?
Yeah,
Lucas, it's your time, man.
He had a great game, and he put some effort into the game. I think people are being too harsh on him. I think he should have played for more than 45 minutes.
I agree with Hamza here. I thought Leao is looking good. This preseason, Leao is looking very good. I'm very positive about what Leao can bring. And also, I do think that, we're talking about age. Leao now is at that age where he's had enough experience in the Serie A, 2 years now, going into his 30 or 22. He's about to become 23. That's the magic age. He's about to enter that magic age. I think Leao is ready to take the Serie A by storm. Next year, his stats are going to be really good, I think.
I think that Leao was great from the middle third to the final third, but
Who's
as
next?
like always, I think
Anyway, that was a good game. I can't wait for KC to come back. You guys think
Rohit was talking. Sorry.
Rohit is you want to, we cannot hear you, man. I think you're talking.
Oh,
am I
yeah.
audible? Hello?
Pump up the volume, Rohit.
Wow, we cannot hear you, man.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
By the way, Barca are winning against Juve 1-0.
No, my
Depay.
Juventus, my
Depay
favorite team.
scored. It was a good goal too.
Yeah, on that topic,
Good goal. Who did the goal?
Depay. It was a good through ball, and he shot it to the left of the keeper.
Can we sign Depay?
That is too late.
Yeah.
No,
we had a
he's
chance.
he's not a Barcelona player yet. He's not registered. He's not registered for the La Liga.
The problem
They
is
can't use him.
the
No, Laporta said in his press conference that with Messi leaving, and they can register Depay, Kun Aguero, and Eric Garcia.
yeah.
Oh,
They can.
okay.
And then when we were really linked with Depay, we didn't put much effort into actually going for him.
Because
Not
his salary.
Maybe he
net
doesn't want
salary
to
was-
come and play for AC Milan. He says in an interview,
that is
"I
one
wanna
reason.
play with the
That is
best
one
player in the
reason.
world, Messi." And what a bummer.
Well,
He's
yeah,
not-
but
he's-
we were
He's still
linked
gonna
with-
dream about it.
we were heavily linked with him before Barcelona had any real interest like that.
Guys,
And if we would've
No,
pushed-
We don't know
guys,
that.
for
really don't know
for
that.
free agents, there is
Being
always
linked,
this.
we don't
for-
know how close was Barcelona with the
For free
With the deal.
agents,
Judging from the Barcelona news, it was a good while after Milan was trying to go for him.
What were you saying,
nah.
yeah.
I mean,
So
that's-
for if you're being a free agent, there is a whole new.
Are you
hidden-
guys? Can you hear Rohit? Because I cannot hear him.
Yeah, I
can.
can hear him.
He's just
Yeah,
kind
we
of
can
low.
hear him. No, he's
He's
fine.
still a little
actually.
low, but I can hear him.
I cannot hear
Can
him.
you
I
hear-
don't think it's going on live. I don't know if people can hear him.
Gensil,
Can you hear me
yes. 200 gazillion%. Yes, Gensil.
Can you hear me now?
Well, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Hello. Can you hear
Rohit,
me now?
I think we can hear you fine. I think,
I
Laird,
can hear
you're
you.
the only one that can't hear him for some reason.
But the
Okay.
fact that I can hear you all guys and not Rohit, something
It's-
weird.
I know
is going
why.
on.
I know why, Laird. I know why.
Hello.
Why?
Because of
Yeah.
Tonali.
Okay. Okay.
No, man, it's
So
not that. Come on. And anyway,
Okay.
I didn't. You guys, you are protecting Tonali like he's the messiah of the club, man.
No, but
We cannot
yeah,
criticize him anymore. I mean, that is a player we cannot criticize him anymore.
But
Like,
I cannot-
your criticism isn't
his
fair.
performance wasn't
Isn't
bad.
constructive.
But I'm not saying the performance, man. He needs to interpret that role in a different way, and we know that. Or he's gonna play. Or he's gonna stay in the bench. And
No.
Benacer is gonna
Right,
play.
Your
No,
argument doesn't make sense. Simple as that.
Listen,
If your
my
argument
argument.
made sense, if your
Larry.
argument made sense, then would have agreed with you. But it doesn't
Larry.
make sense.
Lucas,
What
you've
did
been watching
Tonali
football
do
for the last
wrong this
5 years,
game?
and that's it.
I have been a coach before for the under
Yeah,
nines, and my team won championships.
Listen, listen. I
Guys,
don't.
that's my thing, guys.
Unlike
Don't
Roy,
use that. That's my thing.
and Nathan, I have trophies to back it up.
That's only
Listen.
my argument. Nobody else can have that argument unless you can really.
I
No,
watched all season.
Laird, I respect your opinions on Tonali. No problem. No problem.
No, it's like it's so obvious that you're gonna see it when the Serie A is gonna start. You're gonna see when Benacer plays, how he covers the pitch, and you're gonna see how Tonali covers the pitch, and what results we get from Benacer in the pitch, and what we get.
Benacer is older, more experienced. He's a national
He's
player.
2 years older than Tonali.
Benacer is the national player. 2 years is a lot. That's a lot. 2 years in football is a lot, especially at this age.
Even 2 years ago. Listen, even 2 years ago, Benacer was doing that role in the same
2 years ago, Benacer was on the bench. Villa was playing instead of him.
Yeah, and Larry, Kessie allows Benacer more freedom. Tonali's playing with Krunic.
No, Tonali's played with Kessie. I'm talking about the whole season, man. Tonali's been doing that role.
Yes. Last season was terrible for Tonali. We're talking about this season.
Terrible. It was
but this season didn't start still, man, Lucas.
Okay,
I'm talking about.
Yes, so why are you comparing Tonali of last season to the Tonali of the present?
Because his game is not changed. Still, he plays in the same way.
It has changed.
So
last season he gave a lot of
Benacer's first year.
It has developed, actually, I think.
What about Kessie and Benacer's first year? Were they as good as they are? Like in their first year, were they as good as what they are right now?
I'm talking about Kessie and Benacer.
No, but we're
going Alexander got it. Let's see. If Tonali goes up, who stays back and makes it back three when we're building up going forward? He has a specific role. Guys, listen, let's do this. Against Panathinaikos, obviously Tonali is most likely going to play. And we're going to just have a Tonali cam. And we're going to analyze his role very specifically.
And not just what he does with the ball, but off the ball as well. I think we're focused a lot too much on what players do with the ball and not what they do off the ball.
I'll make it simple to you. I know you like Auge as a player, no? Yeah. You remember Auge's goal against Napoli? You remember the goal?
Yeah.
You know who gave the pass to Auge that he went and scored the goal?
Who?
Benacer. In the last 30 meters was there giving that last pass.
Let me ask you this. So Benacer gave him the pass.
Yes.
And Hage was able to exploit that space, right?
Exactly. It was a perfect pass.
Exactly.
It was a perfect pass.
When you give Salamakers the ball, he didn't dribble past his player and score.
Huh?
When Tonali gave Salamakers a ball,
it was too long. The pass was too long. I'm sorry, man. No. You can see the goal. Yeah, the pass Benacer gives to Abe is in his
I'm talking about in general, throughout the game in general. When Tonali passed the ball to Salamakers, why didn't he dribble past his player and go to goal? How come he's not able to exploit that space?
Go on YouTube and watch that goal.
No.
And you're gonna see it's a perfect pass.
Look, you're talking about the pass that was given to Hagway. Hagway has the speed and skill to beat his player and go to score. Salamakers doesn't
Let's move the conversation away from Tonali, guys. I know there's bloodlust for him. I know we want to see his head on a pike. I get it, but we can move on.
Roy, I want him on the last 30 meters more often. It's simple as that. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. He's going to stay in the bench, man. It's a fact.
It's not taken away from Tonali. Tonali passes to
that's Pioli. That's Pioli. You have to take it with Pioli. Pioli is not asking him to do that.
Roy, that's Pioli without Kessie and Benacer available in the squad. When they're gonna be available, Tonali is gonna be in the bench if he still plays like this. Because
Benacer is a national team player. Of course, he's going to be the first choice.
Larry, how can Tonali give passes to Salamakers when he doesn't have the ability to beat his player one-on-one? You want him to give him these perfect passes.
Nathan,
when the
listen to me.
To do it.
Don't change the topic. He passed the ball.
It's on Tonali, right? It's on Tonali.
Exactly.
That Tonali gives Salamakers the ball. What does Salamakers do?
This argument is a waste of time.
It's very circular.
That ball.
Let's finish the argument on Tonali. Please. Because the only person that is right about Tonali is Hamza. This guy here. And me. A bit harsh on Tonali, guys. Our best pivot has obviously been Benacer. You can see 100%. Benacer holds more talent, but to be honest, if you guys are arguing about the best thing in our team, look, Tonali is a youngster. He's under 21s. He's not even a national team player yet. Like, putting his head on a pike today in preseason is crazy.
No one is putting his head in the pot, man. I'm just analyzing the way he reads the game, man, and he's wrong. I'm sorry, man. I'm not judging his talent, how good it is and stuff. He's reading the game wrong. Our type of game is a 4-2-3-1, and he's reading it wrong. And everyone is paying the consequences.
We're going to go into this conversation again.
Selemacher is paying the consequences. Giroud is paying the consequences. Diaz is more alone when he goes forward.
Oh my God! I can't believe that.
He's a fact, man. You need a better player.
What was Salamaker's excuse last year when Benacer played 90% of the games? What was Salamaker's excuse?
Well, we were
giving us
plus,
offensive
I'll
productivity.
tell you what was the excuse of Salamaker. We were plus 6 points to Inter at that point.
No.
Liar.
What did Salamaker contribute to that? What was his contribution to those points?
Liars. 2 double pivots and a 3-2. Sorry, go ahead, Lucas.
Liar, have you ever coached a team?
Yeah.
I feel sorry for them.
No, you haven't. That's not true.
What?
Have you ever
I
coached?
said I feel sorry for them.
Listen. This idea that in a 4-2-3-1, both midfielders are playing the same role, parallel, that is not true, Larry. That is just not true.
Incorrect. Completely.
That is incorrect. Like, maybe you can do that depending on your team. Like, if Juventus wanted to do that, they would be forced to do that. But like if Inter does that, Brozovic would be your deep line playmaker, and then the other guy, Barella, would be the guy going up and down.
Listen, but it's not a 4-2-3-1, man. What are you talking about? Let's analyze the 4-2-3-1. They not behaving the way you're thinking, man, with the 4-3-1. Do you want me to show actually when Benacer is on the when we actually attack? I'll show you right now. Because listen, I'm trying to explain you, but no one is listening to me. Listen,
but you still didn't answer the question.
I'll show you. I'm gonna answer you. Listen,
don't show me 1 second of a 90-minute game, like.
I'm not showing 1 second, man. This is normal Benacer. He's there, man. Look at where he's. He's not in the line with when we have the ball.
What game is this? What game is this?
What game is this?
The ball, right? Benacer has
he has
right?
the ball. Yeah.
Okay, stop there.
Yeah.
Who is the last midfielder? Who is it? That's Gabbia. Then in the line between.
Look at Kessie. He's in the same line, basically.
No. He's in between the lines. Like, this is not proving your point.
Yeah.
This is not proving my point. He's a regista in that moment. He's on the right side.
He's actually being that in this picture. You're actually proving my point. In this picture, you literally see the regista.
Have you seen Tonali today being in that part of the pitch?
Yeah, he was. Come on, Larry, you just hate this guy. You hate this guy. You want to see this guy with his head on a pike. That is the truth.
Larry, when we had the ball in the offensive half, Tonali was in that same position because that's the position of the entire team was pushed up.
Listen, you guys, or you are blind. I don't know, man. Look at where is he? Man, you guys, I don't know. Look at where is he? He is 10 meters from the box with the ball. I'm waiting for Tonali to be consistently there when we have the ball.
Look at where
I'm still waiting. He's passing the ball to our number 10.
Look how far up the team is.
Exactly.
And look at which team we're playing against.
Look at how far the team is. He is still behind the team, but the team is in the box. So show pictures of Tonali.
The team is in the box because Benacer forced. Listen, the team is on the box because Benacer and the way he plays forced the team to go in the box.
That's not true.
That is hatred
for Tonali. You just hate it. You hate it. Just say it. I hate Tonali.
But it's not hating, man. You guys are not admitting that Benacer plays better in that role.
Hold on. Well, that's a diversion, man. Nobody said that.
Yeah.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that Tonali is better than Benacer. I didn't say that.
No, I'm saying that Tonali is interpreting the role wrongly, not in the right way. That is the way he should be in the pitch when we have the ball.
You can only do so much. It also depends on the shape of the team and where the team is at where the team is positioned on the field at that time. You just can't be there all the time. It doesn't work like that.
I'm not saying all the time, but when more often, he's never there. He's sporadically there, like
Never
few times a game. Against Valencia, really not often. Maybe once every 90 minutes. I see more Pobega in that position sometimes.
Because Pobega is a box-to-box midfielder.
Yo, I don't want to even talk anymore about this. I'm just gonna show you the pictures, man. It's just pointless. I'll find you another one. Wait.
Okay. I found one right here. Okay,
I just want to give an example.
Hold on. I'm gonna share something. Okay. So, Laird, look at where Tonali is. Isn't he in the same exact position Benacer is in this thing here? Look at him there, in the back.
Are you sharing it?
Look at where. I'm not playing the video. Look at where the team is on the box. Tonali is top of the box where he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see anything. I don't see the picture. I didn't see the picture, man.
Pull it back up, Roy.
It's not showing it on my StreamYard. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, just a few seconds, Bill. All right, do you see it?
Still is loading the picture. I don't see it, man. Seriously.
Leave it up for a minute.
Who sees it? Does anybody see it?
I see it. Tonali's the far left person, right?
Yep, I see it too.
I see it.
Yeah,
too.
the far left person.
He's that guy right there, right?
Yeah.
I don't see the picture. He has the ball. Does he have the ball? I don't see any picture.
No, the ball is here, but he's top of the box. That's why he's not asked to be in the box with everybody else. He's not asked to be in between the lines. He's asked to be the last guy top of the box.
Barca's offsides.
I don't see it, man. Sorry, I didn't see the picture. It's not uploading the picture.
Anyway,
Saif is here. Maybe Saif wants to say anything.
You have to unmute your mic, Safe.
Yeah, hey guys, I was just enjoying this heated debate of Tonali that's been going on for like 2 hours now.
I'm not hearing anyone who comes in. I don't know why.
Oh, here's a good question.
Lions, try and reset your stream here.
I'm just gonna get out and get in.
Here's a good question. Would y'all take this Tonali right now, or those the Benacer that we got at the end of the season, or like when he came back and his performances were bad?
This
Tonali
for sure.
Yeah, this Tonali, this one, better than the last Benacer.
If Tonali keeps playing good, will you want to switch to Benacer when he comes back?
I don't know.
Absolutely. No, yeah, absolutely. I would start, but
I think that problem will take care of itself. Well, we have enough games that problem will take care of itself. Everyone will have to have a chance to play. They'll have to.
Yeah, great answer.
These questions are hard to answer because they're in the future. Benacer might come back. This break might have rejuvenated him, and all of a sudden he's playing like he was before. If that's the case, Benacer every day, of course.
Well,
Benacer is a national
question is because Benacer is kind of he accumulates yellow cards quickly, so we're going to see a lot of Tonali. Not just with injuries, but in general, Benacer is, for whatever reason, he gets cards.
He has to deserve it. He has to earn it.
Well, I mean, we'll have no choice. Benacer gets lots of yellow cards.
Oh, yeah. But to say whether or not he's going to be in front of Benacer, I don't think so. I honestly don't think so.
No, like I said, that'll take care of itself. I think there'll be a lot of rotation. I can see Kessie playing almost every game because he's such a tank. But I think Tonali and Benacer will rotate a lot.
Yeah.
We
I
need
think
we
there's a
need
difference.
we need depth when we're playing in. It's one thing that your third competition is the Europa League, but we need more quality depth. We're playing in the Champions League, and Tonali, in my opinion, is quality depth, and he'll only get better. Just going to take time. He's not perfect yet.
Well said, Pete. Well said.
I'm
I
hearing
agree
now
with
people talk.
I agree with Pete. Say something. Let's hear if Lard can hear you.
Can you hear me, Lard?
Yes. Finally.
Good.
There you go.
I think
we cannot go into the Champions League with Salamakers on the right, and that's a major issue. What are y'all's thoughts about that?
Let's Saif wants to say something. Saif.
I mean, that's where someone like Ilicic would come and help Salamakers. But some people are making it out like Salamakers is a bad player and he's average. No, I really think that he's good enough. He just needs more time. We talk about giving guys like Tonali more time, who have been terrible for many games of the season. But when Salamakers makes a couple of 3 or bad passes, we're suddenly saying he's not good enough. We have to replace him right now.
So
I think we have. Yeah.
So if the difference between those two players is that one is talented and one is not. Makers has no talent. He shows no talent up front.
Okay. On what basis are you saying that?
In goals and assists.
How many goals and assists Tonali has?
Tonali is a CDM.
Salamakers is a 21-year-old who came from Belgium.
22,
and he only spent
actually.
one.
22
Okay. You're right. Bravo. He only spent one season in the Serie A as a starter, and you're expecting him to become.
No,
I don't know. What?
Actually, two. He started the
one
the,
full
the
season. One
season.
full season. He played as a starter.
But he shows no talent. He shows no threat. And
no threat.
Yeah, he shows no threat. You can clearly see he shows no threat.
Okay, then tell me what. Okay, I'm not saying Tonali is not talented. I was over the moon when they signed him, but tell me what more you saw of Tonali to make you think that that of Salamakers.
First of all, Tonali is a CDM, and Tonali's job is to distribute the ball, not to look threatening, and he does that perfectly, especially during preseason. So, yeah, that's why I think Tonali is a better player for Milan than Makers.
Okay, I didn't say that Salamakers is better, but to say that he's not talented, I think it's just a naive statement.
No, Makers is not talented. For a right winger. By the way.
I agree with you, Lucas. I think a lot of people are confusing hard work with being talented, and those two are not the same thing.
I just don't think he has yet. He doesn't have that cutting edge in the attack. He's good if he plays off other players, but he can't create anything on his own. And in games like this, it's okay in a lot of games, but in games like this, we need someone else to come on, like an Ilicic, who can offer some sharper teeth in the attack, so we're not as predictable. I think Salamakers, once again, just like Tonali, he's young and he has potential, but he's not He's not prolific. I don't think he'll ever be prolific. Leao has that potential to be prolific. I just don't think Salamakers does yet.
What the hell is this? Your blood clot mouth is. Tick size. I like tick size. Let's get tick size on here. Come on, tick size. Get on this chat. Get in a fight with Lucas.
Tick size is always negative. I don't mind it.
Basically, my point is, Lucas, and we have many talented players, but to say that just give Tonali more time, he's talented, but to say that a guy like Salamakers, just because he doesn't have numbers yet, he's not talented, and let's not give him more time, I think that's, I don't know, that's literally picking on a player.
Listen. People's first impressions of Salamakers was Borini. People's first impressions of Tonali was Pirlo. That's the difference between those two players.
Yeah,
That's
we see we've seen
that's
a lot
it.
of Pirlo until
That's
now.
it.
Yeah,
I body you that answer, bro. You can't come back. There's no comeback. I'm sorry. There's no
okay, bro.
comeback.
This is opinions. It's not a competition. Chill. My point is, what did you see of him that reminded you of Pirlo until now? Most of the season, last season, we all were
Dictating the
saying
midfield.
4 out of 10, 5 out of 10.
No,
He was
I'm
missing
talking
most of the
about
season.
his first season in Serie A with pressure.
And
You
when you
saw
look
all
at
the games in
Tonali,
Brescia?
when you look at Tonali,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you look at Tonali and Pirlo, those guys are both ball distributors, right? They're both ball distributors, and Tonali does that properly. When you look at Salamakers, he, in terms of the defensive half, he's pretty solid. But in terms of the offensive half, he offers zero. And there's certain things that you cannot train an athlete to do. And one is be faster, and he just doesn't have it. And being explosive, he doesn't have explosive quickness or speed. He can teach foot skill. You can teach foot skill to anyone, but you cannot teach speed. Either you have it or you don't. And Salamakers offers nothing in attack. Literally offers nothing, and his stats prove it.
Ibrahim, can you unmute yourself just for a second? Ibrahim. Yeah, Ibrahim, your thing is making a lot of noise. You got to either find another solution, or we have to, just find another solution.
See, that's something I don't like, man. You guys see talent in players, but you don't see it in others. You forgive bad performance to some players, and you say we need to get rid of these players.
No,
Give us
with the
examples.
same.
Larry,
Well,
we're not
example
saying
is Salamaker. Salamaker played a lot of games the previous
I think
season.
Salamakers is amazing, by the way.
And people are saying he's not good enough. We need to find someone better on that
Larry,
position.
we're not saying that he played bad. We're saying we're saying when it comes to offense, he provides nothing.
But that is saying, oh, come on. When it comes to offense,
how many goals does he have? How many assists does he have? Compare that to Leao and Rebic. Salamakers isn't even playing when you compare it to those two. So yes, we need a better right wing who can at least get the same stats as Leao.
Nah, man. It's I think
we need another option.
I understand about the option, but you cannot answer. You cannot wait for a player, wait for him to play bad, and because you think he's gonna have a lot of talent, and the other one you still think, because I can tell you that this season Salamaker is gonna do 10 goals.
Even when Salesmakers plays well, he doesn't bring anything to the attack. He doesn't.
I don't
when Salesmakers plays well, it's because he defends well and his work rate is top level, not because he does something in the attack.
Yeah.
No. I think
if you put Salamakers 1-on-1, he's not beating his opponent and then going on goal to shoot. He can't do it.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he can't someday develop that. I think he just doesn't have that yet. We need someone to bring in as an option on the right that can break down defense.
And remember
That's
what
all
you
I'm
guys
saying.
said.
But it's not his style.
Yeah, I know.
But that's what we need.
He's a possession player. He
remember
keeps
what you
possession.
said about Hogway? We can't wait for players to get better. So why are we waiting for Salamakers?
I think
sorry, Ibrahim. Sorry,
guys.
1 second. Ibrahim, I have to get you off the stream because it's making a lot of noise. All right, go ahead, guys. My bad.
Like, we have to hold the same standards to all the players. If we can't wait for Hogway to get better, we definitely can't wait for Salamakers to get better.
Salamakers already did a great job this year. He
offers
never
nothing in
loses
attack.
the ball. His filter play is outstanding. He's always in the right position. He covers perfectly. He doesn't create many chances. Yes, his output, offensive output, when it comes to stats, when it comes to scoring goals and assists, is poor for a right winger. We all agree on that. But overall, he's a fantastic football player, and he showed it.
Let me ask you this again. Let me ask you this then. We always say we don't know better than the coaches and the management at Milan. So if they are saying we need another right winger, then how can you disagree with them?
No, we need another offensive right winger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need an option
But
for
we
those
need-
games.
We
where
need
to
that,
be able
not
to break
because.
down
Sorry,
defenses.
Pete. You go. Finish.
Yeah, we just need an option. We just need another. I'm not saying Salamakers is great. He's not going to take on a man, dribble a man, and the runs he makes into the box aren't great.
Right.
We need someone else who can perform those tasks when we need it.
Right. If we're losing,
Guys, Hamza, I like Hamza's takes. Hamza's good takes.
Roy, if we're losing or tied, you do not need someone of Salamaker's qualities. You need someone who's more offensive and can provide a goal or an assist. If we're
But not
losing,
all the time.
If we're losing, Salamaker's defensive qualities don't mean anything because we need a goal.
Right, but we're most of the time we're not losing. So
Okay.
Salamakers provides the balance.
No, that's not
Salamakers
true,
provide that balance.
That's not true because
Yes, it
we
is.
were 11
Yes, it
points
is.
ahead of Inter, and then
Doesn't matter.
they caught us, and then
Doesn't
we were
matter.
out of the top 5.
Does not matter.
What do you mean? We literally had no. If we would at least gotten a right wing last year, we would have.
Now you're blaming. Now, if you're blaming our losses on Salamakers, that's messed up, bro.
I'm not blaming the losses. I'm just saying
Yeah,
we
you are.
needed to have an offensive threat who can provide something in attack.
No, we all agree on that. Even everybody agrees with
Okay,
that.
but that person's
Everybody
going to
agrees
start.
with that.
That person's going to start because at the beginning of the game, everyone's
Possibly.
tied at 0-0. So we need a goal. Now,
It
when
depends
we're
who,
winning
depends
1-0 or 2-1, then Salamakers is perfect. Because
Remember
remember
that Italy is never going to be Spain, is never going to be England, is never going to be Germany. In Italy, we're going to look at balance first. We're going to look at defense first, and then we're going to look at the rest. So it depends on the game. Salamakers might start more games than you think.
So that means you don't agree with Mancini's tactics for the Italian national team because he wasn't defensive first; he was offensive first.
No, Mancini has a 4-3-3. It's a different formation.
But it's the mentality. It's the mentality of being more offensive.
Hello, am I audible?
Pioli is pretty offensive, my man.
Okay. You cannot
Right,
compare.
go ahead.
You cannot compare AC Milan to Italy at all because
I'm comparing the mentality of the coach. Do you
the
put
mentality
in
of the coach is
player or offensive
facilitated.
player?
The mentality of the coach is facilitated by the players. You cannot compare a Tonali to a Jorginho. You cannot compare. Benacer to a Verratti. You cannot compare like Theo Hernandez to a Spinazzola because Spinazzola in the Euros was completely a different player and he was extremely productive. And on the left wing you have Insigne, who's again a way more productive player than what Rebic and Leao are. So when you're having these different players, it gives the manager the flexibility and it gives him. Even Berardi. Berardi is a very technical player who can actually hold on to the ball, who won't lose the ball, and he has enough decent pace to create chances. So in terms of attacking football, in terms of attacking football, to paraphrase what Guardiola said, when you're having the lion's share of possession, you're actually killing your opposition. So what you're saying is correct. Yes, that Salamakers needs to be upgraded, but it's not Pioli's fault that he doesn't have a better player in that right position. So he has to do with what he has there. So right now, Salamakers is the option, but if Maldini and Massara are giving him a better player, then definitely he can change his tactics to suit whoever comes there.
I feel like the problem is not Salamaker, is Gasti. We are looking for a better right wing. because Casti, not because Salamanca. I think Salamanca's performed pretty well, and he's a threat on that side. He
No,
runs
and
a
and
lot.
wha-
He's always
and
okay,
and and, and
Rohit, you brought up a good point. You said when we normally Milan has a lot of ball, a lot of the possession, and teams sit back and defend. Salamakers cannot break that down.
yeah.
You said he's offensive and he's a threat, but when the team is playing ultra defense, Salamakers cannot break that ultra defense down. He
I
doesn't
think
have
he
the
can
vision.
break. I think he can do that. I think he can do
He
that.
doesn't have the
I
vision or the skill.
I can. I mean, that there's something else that we need to see. That is, we always see the goal and the assist. But as a
Yes.
player, I think we need to see the movements of the players. So there was this particular goal that I was analyzing. That was Udini versus Udinese in the game which Ibrahimovic did the overhead kick and we won that game. So there was a that was a particular match, and the ball was on the right wing side, and it was shifted to the left, and somebody did a cross, and Ibrahimovic shift chested it down or headed it down to Kessie, and Kessie scored a goal. But there was this crucial movement created by Salamakis where he pulled a defender of the last line to beyond Ibrahimovic. If he wouldn't have done that, Ibrahimovic would have been offside and that goal would have been cancelled. But that kind of a move does not fall into an assist or a goal or any sort of stat there. So he does create a lot of movements. He helps in creating numerical overloads, which helps like if it's 3 versus 2 in like if there are only two Milan forwards and three attackers, he helps to maintain that balance, like Roy said. He does that. But obviously,
I,
if you are asking me what is his attacking output, if he has the ball in his feet, that's very less. So we need a player who can actually balance the play, but can also enhance our attacking capabilities.
so let me ask you this: when Bayern won the Champions League, were their wingers balanced like Salamakers?
Bayern's two players, that is Serge Gnabry and I don't remember who played. I think it was Kingsley Coman.
They
Coman.
had they
Coman.
had
Yeah,
Sane
Kingsley Coman and Serge
and Coleman.
Gnabry, and then later now it is Leroy Sané as well. These two players are extremely talented. They have the
Not in
physical
defense though.
They actually do come back and
No,
they
not
do
coming, but
actually.
coming back and being good at defense, we know are two different things. Salamakers defensively are better than those two.
But wait, how we end up to
Because I'm just
you
Bayern?
asking.
you
I'm
you
just
need
asking
to
a
you
question.
need to you need to consider the fact that the difference in the system is also. I mean,
But we want to play like
Bayern
Bayern.
play.
That's what the coach said.
Yes, we do want to play like
Yeah, but we
Bayern, but
don't have the
Bayern.
budget of Bayern.
We don't
But
need we don't
Salamanca
need
is
a
good.
It's
big budget to get a better right winger.
it's not about budget. It's about the player's physical quality. So Serge Gnabry can actually help in the physical pressing. In terms of pressing, we actually use a different type of pressing called cover shadows, where we actually do a man-to-man marking. Because doing cover shadows and doing a gegenpress, which is what Bayern do, a gegenpress needs a lot of physical players, where you keep on pressing, and even in a gegenpress, it does you do not require a lot of possession. The whole point of pressing is that you don't need possession. You need your opposition to have more possession, and you press them, and then they lose the ball, and then you counter attack. So even if you actually see AC Milan, we actually do not always have to keep the possession against the bigger teams. It's only against the smaller teams that we are forced to keep the possession because the smaller teams do not have those players. So coming back to Nathan's question, Leroy Sané, Gnabry, and Coman, they actually have the kind of physical capability to track back and help Kimmich and Goretzka or Thiago to keep the press. Even Muller is also very similar player. He's actually about a lot about a physical capability. So they have a team which has been since the days of the 2013 Champions League. They have a team who has been built over the last 8 years to press, and play a system. But here we're just 1 year into a system, so it will take a lot of it will take a lot of systematic changes and a lot of players to come in and go out, and a lot of stability to be like what they are. So I think yes, if you are asking me, Salamakers needs to go, but I don't think that he is as terrible as what we think he is.
No, he's amazing, guys. For
Well,
a
I don't think he
21-year-old,
needs.
he's
To, I don't think
amazing.
he needs to go. He just doesn't need to be the starter. He needs to be
No,
a
he can be
closer
the starter.
I
He can be the
I
starter.
definitely agree
No,
with that.
he needs to be a closer.
Guys, I want to
can
hear
definitely-
Tick Size. Let's have Tick Size get a go. Because he said that Tick Size said that Lucas is a blood clot mouth. What did he say? Tick Size, go ahead, take it away.
Come back to me in a moment. I'm still eating.
Okay, sir.
Right, and Christopher just wrote a good comment. He's only a starter because we have Castelleo.
Nah, I think
Yeah. If
Listen,
we get Tete, someone like Tete, Salamakers will not be starting.
well, if we had
Don't be
Messi,
so sure about
Salamaker
that.
wouldn't be starting. But
When you see
yeah,
the output
exactly.
of Tete,
We need to see that.
Salamakers won't start.
We need to see that. Bring me a good
Remember that
right
this is
wing
Serie
and
A,
see.
guys, huh? Serie A, the hard rate work is more appreciated than anything else. If Tete comes in and does not work hard Serie A standards, he might not start.
But
Roy,
if Tete comes in and scores 10 goals but doesn't have the same hard work rate as
Roy.
Salamakers, you still play
Yeah,
Tete.
it's all if. It's all if. Yeah.
Roy,
Yeah. Go ahead.
do you have any other subjects than Tonali and Salamancas?
No, I don't.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. Roy, let me ask.
Well,
would
we
you
can
rather
talk
have
about what
Berardi
you
or
had for
Salamakers?
dinner. What do you have for dinner?
I had minced beef.
Where do you live, man?
I live in Southeast London.
Okay, makes sense.
Mm.
I live in London as
Wait,
well. by the way.
I know.
Are you
Tick says you
are you
had
color
something to
Moretti?
say to Lucas.
Are
Yes,
you
yes.
are you color Moretti on a different account?
No. I'm Tick
Carl
Size.
lives in Scotland.
Oh, okay.
That's another subject I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about Lucas.
Go ahead. This is great. Let's
Go
go.
ahead, man.
Before you talk
This is-
about Lucas, real quick, Roy, who would you rather have, Salamakers or Berardi?
Oh, Berardi, of course.
Why?
Because Berardi does everything that Salamakers does, plus he scores.
I don't know. I don't know how Lucas actually said that Salamakers is better than Berardi.
No, I was just kidding. I was just kidding.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we go back to the 1v1 here.
Tick
Big
size,
size,
take it
go
away.
for it, man.
Go.
No.
Bash him.
What's the topic?
Lucas is the topic.
No.
Well, just Lucas is the topic.
I'm sure
of the
Lucas
discussion.
is a lovely young man, and he'll grow
I
up
don't know
to,
about that.
he'll grow up to be somebody when he grows up.
Okay.
Yo, I was expecting some roasting, bro.
I've got no roasting for you, bro.
Okay, nice.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm very concerned for you, though.
Now
Why
go
you
on,
support
go on.
AC Milan
Well, you have
from London?
a fascination with Papito.
No, I don't.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
It's
good.
Roy.
Papito has a fascination with me.
Yeah, well, I don't want to talk about Papito. You know what they say.
I have a topic we can speak about.
I
Let's
want
go
to hear
Robert
Tick
Tony.
Size roast Lucas.
No.
Yeah.
Come, let's no, seriously. Let's get back to talking about AC Milan.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So, Thick Side, why you support AC Milan? You're from London. You should
Yes.
support Arsenal or Tottenham or
No, fuck those teams.
Chelsea.
Fuck those teams. Okay. It's a long story, but I'll make it very brief. Ray Wilkins was my favorite player. I didn't support Chelsea or Manchester United, but he was my favorite player. And when he went to Milan, I became a Milan supporter in 1984.
Wow.
Oh my God! How old are you, man?
Yeah, I'm 62.
Who
Okay, makes sense.
who went from
So you saw
went
it
from
all,
Milan
man. You
to
saw
Chelsea?
Serie B. You saw all the Champions
No.
League.
We
Wow.
just came up from Serie B.
Texas, you could be Roy's dad.
I could be.
Who went
I
from
could be your
Chelsea to Milan?
brother.
Was it Ray Wilkins?
Ray Wilkins, yes. Ray Wilkins and Mark Hateley. They joined
Yes.
in the same year.
I remember Ray Wilkins was the only player to have played for Chelsea, Milan, and Manchester United.
Yeah. And I've supported Milan ever since.
Awesome, Texas. Awesome. So Milan just came out of the Serie B, you're saying?
Yeah, they just came up from when they got relegated for financial irregularities.
Yes.
Mm.
Like Inter recently, but they are easily
How
playing
was it
Serie A.
back then? What did Milan look like pre-Berlusconi?
Actually, to be frank, I think Inter Milan's title should have been stripped long back because they didn't even pay their players. So that I think FIGC should be ashamed actually.
Well,
I want
that's
Texas. I want to have a curiosity. What was Milan like pre-Berlusconi era?
No, it was just Berlusconi had just arrived. It was very difficult. I'm in London. It was very difficult to follow Serie A. No internet. All I had was Italian newspapers and some very small clips that you'll see on the TV, very tiny clips. And then we had Football Italia in 1986 or so. So then we had regular football after, and since then we had regular football. Then we had the internet, so it was very easy to follow. And then London's not far from Milan, so you could fly out and go watch a game or two.
nice. What do you think about these new AC Milan? Because you've seen a lot of.
The problem for me, you're burdened with the history of the past. When you've seen the greatest team to ever play football, the club team, let's be honest, I say we're in the top two, but let's be generous. We're in the top three of clubs to ever play football.
Yes. Who's the other one? Ajax?
First, I would say Ajax, and I would say the Madrid team of the 60s.
Okay.
So So when you have football like this, no disrespect to the players of today, but none of them can match up to that history. And we carried it on for 25 years.
Yeah.
It's a remarkable achievement. And so we are saddled with this history. And so everything that we do, it falls very short.
Yeah.
What do you think
history
about?
also pushes the club to respect it, though, right?
Yes. Listen, I don't expect to see the team of that we had in the 80s. That will never happen. That is a once in a lifetime team. Maybe once in two lifetimes.
89 to 92.
Yeah. But I expect us to be good again. The problem is, not just with Milan, but all teams in Italy, the league is very badly run.
Yeah.
They do a poor job of marketing the league. When I started watching Italian football, it was number one in the world. It was the league everybody wanted to watch. It was the league every player wanted to play in.
It was the Super League.
Yes. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think Italy was at its best when they had 8 Italians and 3 foreigners. And I have no problems with foreigners, but I wish Milan would go back to being a more Italian-based team.
I agree with that.
I agree with that too.
Because I support an Italian team, so that's what I want, an Italian team. You only need to bring the best of foreigners. This is why, particularly why the Italian game has gone down, because they have too many foreigners.
Your Texas, I have a quick question.
Yep.
Do you think Milan should swap Orsolini with Salazmaker?
You're going too detailed, man.
No, I think it's a great swap since he's Italian.
Oh, God, I spoke about this with Nathan yesterday. I'm not a Salamanca's hater. He's limited in attack. We all know this. But I think the question's going to be redundant soon because I think between now and the end of the transfer market, we're going to upgrade.
Hopefully.
I have no doubt that we will. I think we're in very safe hands with Maldini.
How much do you rate Salamakers 1 out of 10 based on this season?
On this season? Season's not started, Roy.
No, last season, sorry.
Last season? A 5?
Wow.
And I was going to go with the 6.
Yeah, I think
I'll give 6 is fair.
I give him a 7.
Oh, no, 7's too high.
No way. 7 means he's at least productive going forward at some point.
Who is the right wing you give a 7 in the history of AC Milan? Or who plays in that position, you know?
My favorite is...
No, 7 is not your favorite. It's a good one. It's a surprising good season. But not your favorite.
Well, who's my favorite?
See?
My favorite AC Milan player of all time is the eternal captain.
Maldini, yeah.
Baresi. No,
man.
Baresi is the eternal captain.
Maldini is bigger in my opinion. But I am a different generation, let's be honest.
Yeah, Baresi is regarded as the bigger player coming from He was the first player that they took out his shirt number. Then Maldini came. Maldini was his what you call it? What's the word?
Who came
Apprentice.
after? I would say
apprentice, right? Maldini was his apprentice.
Domadoni is my favorite right winger.
Domadoni played on the left.
Did he play on the
even
left?
on the right. Even on the right, he played both in all the sides, depending on. But Donadoni at that time was really good, man. Donadoni was a high level, a superstar, was a top player at that time. So I would say I think Salamakers has a lot of margin to improve. He can improve a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah, but he's only 22.
Yeah, he's 22, and in the modern game, you need more players like him, especially when you have a space. He can get better. I think he needs to be better on the finishing and passing ability. Dribbling, I don't believe in the dribbling. I think if a player needs to dribble, it means something is not right in that situation. So he needs to get out of the problem with his talent, which is fair. It's still part of football. That's part of football, but still you need to. I prefer more to be such a good team that with passing and with the organization you go through and you score a lot of goals. That's my opinion.
But sometimes you have to break a team down by dribbling past a person, because once you take them out of the equation, you start dragging players over, and then that creates the space that you can eventually make the right pass.
Yeah, but you cannot have all of them doing that situation. You can do that with sometimes Kessie does it in the midfield. Brahim Diaz can do that. Ibrahimovic can do that, or somebody on the left like Leao, but not all the team. If you have all the team doing that, it's a bit complicated. I mean, it's really hard anyway to find all these players, to buy them. It's complicated. It's not easy. Few teams have all those positions covered with dribblers. Not all the teams.
Yeah, but he still needs to have some sort of dribbling quality. Like, you guys know how harsh I am on Leao, but Leao was taking on 1 and 2 people today, and that creates openings because that you can't just allow him to continue to run in on goal. So that stretches them, and that pulls another person, and then that pulls another person, and then you have space to pass the ball. I'm not saying dribble 2 people, but Salamakers can't even dribble 1.
What about thick sides? What about Pioli? What do you think about Pioli in general? Because they've seen a lot of great managers, great coaches.
I'm not the greatest fan of Pioli. But I have to give him credit because he is the first manager to take us to the Champions League in 7 years. And so that deserves to be supported and
Yeah.
to be applauded. You know, I think what worries me about Pioli is that when teams pack the midfield, he has no counter for that. And I think in the Champions, I'm deeply concerned, even though I think when it comes to the Champions League matches, we will play our best football because that is in our DNA. That is our competition.
We're going to destroy.
It will help in the Champions League because those teams don't really sit back. And that
I'm still concerned. I'm still concerned about Pioli with his tactics.
Did you guys see in the chat?
Me too.
Sorry, did you guys see in the chat today when we were streaming the game when I think I said that Milan will destroy teams? All the Real Madrid fans were laughing. They have no idea. They don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what Milan is all about.
True. We have Hamza here, man. Hamza, do you want to say anything? Sorry, Six.
Just basically, like, I'm saying, like, from today, honestly, it's all been positives. Like, you guys have to know, we defended against the Real Madrid team, which, to be fair, at the beginning half, they were trying. It wasn't like a friendly that was played at, like, slow pace. It started off good. The Theo post was good, too. But I'm saying, like, in terms of a team to take on to a season, Salesmakers can play the same role he played last season. But into a Champions League, it will be hard because, like, we need a threat up top. It's obvious that we need a threat up top. Our only working side to score goals is the left.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Like, imagine AC Milan full tempo with a left and a right side. It would be crazy because Calabria is actually going good too.
I don't know, man. It's
we only have two midfielders, though.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why we do that. Why he balanced it out that way. Otherwise, he would have kept Castillejo.
Castillejo, man, he needs to.
Don't say it, man.
Come on, man. We're not even talking about this guy.
Do you think if they could give Castillejo away, they would have done so already? There is no money. There is no money in the transfer market.
Yeah, I was hearing some news. The Milan were ready to sell Castillejo, but Castillejo wasn't willing to lower his wages.
Oh my God!
Exactly. That's normal, man. That's how a normal human being does. You don't put your salary down.
Why would he? He has a contract, legally bound contract. So Milan pays him a certain salary. Why would he bring down his salary?
He wants to play Champions League football.
Exactly.
And he wants to play Champions League football.
Yeah, so all we need to do is just sign like a good cam, bench Salamakers and put Castillo in the reserves team. And then he'll admit defeat.
Yeah, because we're not having another center forward. So I think we need to focus on Cam and our right winger.
No, I still think Pioli is going to play the 4-4-2. So no way. We won't be playing with wingers. We'll be playing with cams.
We're not playing a 4-4-2.
It has to be 4-2. No, I understand that we played the 4-4. I mean, the 4-2-3-1 today. But
on the ball, it's a 4-2-3-1.
That was just for today. I think that was just for today. I think the next games is we're going to play with a 4-4-2, and I think this week the transfer market is going to blow up because we're going to play a final preseason game. So I think we need some players to experiment before the Sampdoria game.
Oh my God!
I'm always happy when Milan plays a 4-4-2. But if we play a 4-4-2 with this personnel, we will be destroyed because
that's why Milan is linked with so many. That's why Milan is linked with so many camps like Vlasic, Ziyech, James Rodriguez, Ilicic. Milan isn't planning to play those guys as a right winger or a left winger. They're just trying to play them as like left mids and right mids in a 4-4-2.
So instead of a 4-4-2, do you mean a 4-2-2-2?
No, a
Yeah,
4-4-1-1.
that's what it is.
A 4-4-1-1.
Because
it is actually a 4-2-2-1-1. That's what it is.
Right.
Yeah,
We can't play a flat 4-4-2. We can't do that. We'll get murdered.
It's a telephone number.
Yeah, the left mid and the right wing the left mid and the right mid are inverted mids. For example, Julian Brandt. If Julian Brandt plays as a left mid, he cuts in and he tries to shoot by curling the ball. That's what I meant.
Okay, because I was confused. I couldn't tell if you meant like if we played a diamond or yeah, because in a 4-4-2, you really don't have cams.
No, you have cams. Mancini's
is the left and right.
Mancini's Roberto Mancini's Man City in 2011. They played a 4-4-2. The people that were playing in the right mid and the left mid were David Silva and Nasri. Those two were cams, inverted cams.
So they're like hybrid. So basically, they would be a hybrid. They'd be like a right mid / right cam.
Nasri was the left mid and David Silva
I'm
was
just saying
the
like
right mid.
the positional name would be like a right mid / right cam and left mid / left cam. That's what you mean? Okay.
Yes.
We don't really have wingers. Maybe Leao was the closest one to being a real offensive winger.
Okay, so we'll move on. What y'all think about Diaz?
Today's match?
Yeah, how he's progressed so far in preseason.
Definitely an upgrade to Hakan, like in terms of a 10 role. Way more. Like Diaz to begin with should have never came as of a bench player. After he started off playing like as our 10, he's showing he's good enough. He's better than Hakan for sure.
Yeah, but in that first season, he wasn't there yet.
Yeah, like it definitely didn't like right away. It didn't snap on him right away. But
it takes time.
Yeah, of course. Like it took time until finally the Juve game. Okay, he showed out, and then after Torino, he showed out.
Yeah, but that was the end of the season. I mean, now he's ready for it. They gave him the number 10, so and they did all they could to bring him back. So I think the management, the coach, they all have faith in him.
I think you can
do
see.
too. I think. Sorry. Go ahead.
I think you can see from his attitude in the preseason games that he believes himself and he believes that this is his role and this is his time. I'm a little concerned about his physicality because experienced Italian defenders will not hesitate to knock him off the ball. But other than that, he shows a lot more heart and determination than Hakan. So that is an upgrade for me straight away.
He's not sloppy. Like Hakan used to be so. Like Hakan has talent. Don't get me wrong. He can shoot the ball. He can take set pieces. But he was so sloppy. He was a frustrating player.
I'll say this about his physicality. Papu Gomez and Diaz are about the same size. So I think his muscle mass and his center of gravity is what he plays on the most.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to build a little bit of muscle at time, you know. Papu Gomez not even Messi. You can't get the ball off of Messi. He's a tiny person. He's a tiny human being. They just need to grow a little bit more, get some mass. Mamma mia, get some mass, and then that's what happens. They become unstoppable. These technical, fast players are unstoppable.
Plus, it will help too with if Pioli can get our team to move better without the ball, then Diaz will have the option of passing quicker, and the defenders won't have enough time to actually throw their weight around on him.
Yeah, no, I think he's going to do great. Now, Laric does have a bet that Çalhanoğlu, he's going to be involved in more goals than Çalhanoğlu. I don't think so, guys. I'm sorry. I know all of you guys hate Çalhanoğlu. You want to see him dead or something, but I don't agree with a lot of you guys' assessment.
That's
Right,
kind of true. That's low-key kind of true. 'Cause, like,
Hakan isn't even going to start for Inter. It's either Sensi or Ericsson if Ericsson comes back.
And on top
Eriksen
of that,
can't play.
Roy, you're forgetting.
Yeah, if he comes back.
Roy, you're forgetting that Inter Milan are about to have no forwards.
Yeah, that's going to help. That's going to help Laric.
Oh dear.
my brother is actually an Inter Milan fan, my oldest brother, and today I was just memeing the hell out of him about everything.
Welcome to Serie B.
I told him one Campeonato and Lukaku and Hakimi we gone with him too.
But you know who I blame for Inter situation, apart from their own directors? I blame the authorities in Italy. You should never allow to get a club to get into this
Yeah,
state.
that's true. Yeah, because they just dragged it out until they were literally left to that point.
Yeah, but each team is an individual business. And
Yeah, but how can you let a great club? Let's be honest, they are a great club to get in this condition.
Yeah, but they can't tell them. Those authorities in Italy cannot tell a business owner that they cannot spend money that they don't have.
Yeah, but they have certain standards that they have to meet. Well, please, wait, I don't know the ins and outs of it like I would know in England, but in England you have certain standards you have to and obligations you have to meet. So how they allow them to get to this position, it's criminal.
And I have a question in terms of, I'm not sure what I would think about this, but or even how it works. But with financial fair play, if a team were to spend more than what they earn, all their punishment is just a certain number of years that they can't participate in Europe. But is that until they break even, or until punishment is served?
I don't know, honestly. That's a good question.
I mean, Man City went to the cast court and won. So, and they still had to pay 10 million for I don't know what, but yeah.
Because like when Milan was like in trouble or whatever, I felt like if they were gonna attack us, because for whatever reason they love to attack us, we should have just went out and just bought players, and we would have ended up breaking even anyways due to shirt sales and possibly winning the league.
Right.
2 years in a row. We should have just said F it, and we're just gonna go buy the players since they're already attacking us anyways, and they were looking for a scapegoat regardless.
Yeah. I want to respond to Carlo right away. So no, Carlo, they have not paid yet the whole sum. So they're going to use some of the money that they're going to get paid on paying for the rest of. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask if you guys think this is the most open title race in Serie A for a long time, because Juve are getting their asses kicked against Barca.
What's the score?
No,
I disagree with that.
A lot of chances.
What's the score right now?
It's only 1-0.
It's only 1-0, but
but it's a friendly. It's a friendly.
Barca
It's
destroying them.
I feel like Juve Allegri is gonna be, bro. Like,
I disagree with that.
You think so?
Say again? Sorry, no, I was disagreeing with Lucas.
I think people are overrating Allegri. I think it's just human, and I think he's not the player. He's just the coach, and the coach can change everything. So when people say, "Oh, Juve are going to win the Serie A because of Allegri," I think it's BS.
Not entirely,
it's not just that. It's the tactics. His tactical ability is better than Pirlo.
Pirlo messed up, man. Like,
so
work that team.
So they're only getting, I think, one player for this window, which is Locatelli. How many points more do you think they're going to get?
Not that much. Not that much.
You got to remember, Juventus finished behind us, not very far behind us.
78 points
with a brand new coach. So they're going to do better with with Allegri.
No.
Allegri will guarantee
Yes, they are.
Juventus at least-
100%.
They'll finish.
Allegri will
Yes,
guarantee Juventus
Juve,
at least 10 more
Juve will
points.
finish. Juve will finish with 80 points, but I think we'll get more points than them.
If last year Allegri was coaching Juventus probably would have won the
Yeah.
No,
Lucas,
I don't think so. I don't
Lucas,
think so.
they
I
will,
think
I
Inter
can
would have won.
guarantee you they'll have at least 10 more points probably this year than last year.
Yeah,
And
I-
if we get ZH and another
Come
come,
on, ZH, we can't even spend 25 million, let alone
no,
40 million.
if we
Chelsea
get
is not pushed for money.
ZH on loan, I'm just like giving an example. If we get ZH and for example Vlasic, how many points will we get more compared to last
2-0
season?
Barcelona.
We can win, but we're not getting both of them. But if we
who
did,
scored the second goal?
You know what, guys? I think now is the time to make a serious big buy. I know
Yeah,
I know that we are limited with money, or they say we are limited with money. Could it be financial fair play, etc., etc.? But with the condition, with the state of all the clubs in Italy right now is the time to buy a serious player. Someone like
position?
central midfield. Well, we need a central midfielder and we need a right winger for sure.
yeah. And
If we seriously upgrade in those positions, a Ziyech, for example,
Yeah, of course. Ziyech is the perfect example.
then I think we can go for the title. I think Juventus is the team to beat. If we stay as the arm, it's Juventus. But if we step up and make two big signings, we can win the title this season.
Yeah. Because you have to keep in mind, Juventus, like their midfield is like they need to upgrade.
And they're
without
old.
Locatelli. Yeah. Without Locatelli, like they need more than Locatelli. Locatelli is just like a first thing. You need 3 whole new midfielders to play around Ronaldo. So like,
Don't sleep on Atalanta, guys.
yeah,
Atalanta
I
too.
agree.
If they get
Exactly.
who did they get rid of though? They
So
got
was
rid of
Napoli.
Romero, right?
Napoli have a scary attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Napoli, of course. They should have been in the Champions League, man. They should have
Oh,
been.
Braithwaite scored the second goal, by the way,
And
guys.
if they had a better manager than Gattuso, they would have finished with like 80 points. Because Osimhen, Insigne, Zieliński, and
Yeah.
Lozano,
Mm-hmm.
that quadruple is just insane.
Why is nobody talking about Roma?
Roma.
No, Roma is the
Nah,
shittiest club in the
they're
history
too
of football,
defensive,
man.
bro.
No, I think
I've been
they'll
watching
make a
them
comeback.
during preseason, and they're very defensive. Hasman, you can go on.
I think they'll make not entirely a comeback just because of Mourinho, but it'll definitely make an impact. Zaniolo is back from injury. It's a good team because they're very passionate. It's a passionate team, so I think they'll make it they'll do a good top 4 race. I don't think they'll go for the Scudetto though.
No, Mourinho said in his conference, which also is smart because he's taken away pressure from his players. He said that he's looking. It's a 3-year project. In the 3rd year, that's when we're going to be shooting for titles.
Which is,
his words. His words.
Yeah, it makes sense, and it's also a smart play from him. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Tick, to go off you in regards to we need to make a big purchase. We do need to do that this transfer window because all the players that are within our price range, which is like the 30, maybe 35 million range, all of those guys are because the fans are back. They're going to be at least 10 million more, and then we'll be priced out.
Yeah, there was actually news last week that the FIGC FIGC changed the rules where they said only Juve can have 50% capacity. Now Milan can have 50% capacity. So like around 40,000 Milanistas will be at the San Siro this season.
That's good. That's really good.
And third striker, guys.
And you guys,
yeah, go ahead.
You guys are sleeping on Fiorentina. I'm telling you right now.
Maki, come
Yeah,
on, Lucas.
those guys. I've been watching them the whole preseason, and those guys are going to shock everybody in Serie A.
But shock
Please
what?
clip
How?
this.
Like
Someone
Europa
clip
Abramovich
this.
is saying,
Isbon,
right?
clip this, bro. Isbon, clip this. Fiorentina are going to be the surprise of Serie A this season.
Why do you say that?
But what does that mean? Surprise? What does it mean?
What do you like? Why do you say that?
They might push for top 4.
Why? No, but why do you
They
say
have
that? Because
they have a better team than Lazio in my opinion, and like I'll just give you some of the names in the team. Vlahovic, their new signing Nicolas Gonzalez, Sotil. So Sotil is back from his loan from Cagliari. They have Castrovilli. They have Amrabat, Poga, Buenaventura, and there's this young kid Mayele. They have Dragowski. They have Igor. They have Pesella, Martinez Quarteta, and all they need is just a new right back and a left back because Biragi sucks.
Okay, first of all, Biragi does not suck. Second of all, Fiorentina just does not have the I don't. Maybe you're right, Lucas. Maybe you're right, and maybe you're right. But I don't think we're going to push the top 4. We're not even close to being a top 4.
With Italiano, that's is a huge factor.
I mean, the fact that that's his name, maybe, but aside from that, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool name. I can't count.
Let's see.
But
maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Lucas does know a lot about football, so I'm not going to, say. So I want to ask this. Answer this. Mustafa Arbali, what are your options for a third striker now, or are we not signing any? Mine would be Belotti right now. Yesterday, get him right now, because Ibrahimovic is going to get injured. Giroud is going to get injured. We're still going to need a big striker to come in.
No, we don't need a big. Well, what do you mean by big striker?
Because I don't like with Giroud and Ibra are not reliable for the whole season, and we saw how Giroud is. Giroud is not a player that has fancy feet that can create. He's a player that needs that service. But a Belotti is a guy that can come back. He doesn't lose the ball. He does have the feet. He can distribute left and right, and he wants to leave Torino. Thank God. So let's get him.
But we can't.
Roy, did you watch the Euros?
Million, Roy. And
what?
Roy,
did you watch the Euros?
Of course I watched the Euros.
I think Leao is a better striker than Belotti. I can't lie to you.
Mamma mia.
Yeah, I also think Leao is better than Belotti. I think Belotti is only rated by Italians.
Mamma mia. Okay, I'm going to put up.
Belotti is a fine player, but
like the Euros,
but for me,
the Euros was I don't know.
I like Mosekin.
Mosekin would probably be more.
More
of a correct striker. Let's put it that way. Because of his age and because as a third striker, Mosekin would be.
Don't get me wrong. We need an Italian. We do need an Italian player, another Italian starter.
Yes, but guys, saying that Leao is better than Belotti as a striker is I mean,
it's like okay, it's a hot take. It's a hot take, but like. I don't know, man. Belotti, like in our system right now, we already have too much of that type of striker, such as Giroud and Ibra. We need someone more like young.
Belotti's been a great player at Torino all these years. Could you imagine if he was in a good team?
Right. Imagine if he was surrounded by great players all the time and training the way I train at Milan and the ambitions. But he plays in the shit club. That's why he is not impressing you.
I think, to be honest with you, though, Roy, I think his best days are behind him.
I don't think so. He's 27, 26.
But he looks old. He looks old.
He turned 28 this year.
Yeah, like in Euros, he looked. I don't know.
He looked old, didn't he?
28 is not old.
But in the Euros, he looked old, didn't he?
Yeah, I think Raspadori is better than him right now.
He looked like a beast in the Euros to me.
But yeah,
he looked like a beast.
I would take him if we could get him, but I don't see us spending that money.
Right, guys, we're talking about the third striker. Obviously,
if you spend that money, he has to start.
I'd rather get a Keane for our offense.
I mean, Keane makes more sense because of his age and because they want a third striker. Keane is still breaking through the national team. So as a third striker, it makes more sense. And, of course, you have more years to develop him. So, I mean, Keane would probably be the better choice. I'm not going to disagree on that.
Would you guys
Saif speaks Italian now. What do you mean? What did he do, guys? Taking the ball off of Belotti is impossible. It is impossible. Taking the ball off of Belotti is impossible.
He does it for the other team. They don't have to do it. He'll just do it.
Nah, come on, man. No way.
Belotti would be a waste.
Who would you guys rather have in our team, Berardi or Ziyech?
Berardi, of course.
Yeah, I'd probably pick Berardi too.
But I do want to say something about Ziyech. I've seen his. I haven't seen him much. Okay, so it would be wrong for me to have a strong opinion about it. I did see some of his highlights. Technically, Ziyech is freaking good.
Yeah, exactly.
Really good.
His
Like,
touch
really good.
and everything. Yeah, exactly. Which is something we need down the right side because we have. If Leao shows the potential that he did today, like we have that on the left side secured. We just need some of that on the right side, and then Salesmakers, of course, with time, these guys can obviously get better and better. Salesmakers is not bad. Salesmakers actually puts in more work than Leao. If Leao puts in the work than Salesmakers does, then Leao would be much better.
I mean, look. Yeah,
So go ahead, Roy.
No, go ahead.
We're talking with Chelsea this week, okay? So how about Tammy Abrahams for third striker?
He's good too, yeah. Yeah,
What
he's
is
good.
this guy, Jensen? What are you saying, bro? What are you saying?
I don't think we need a third striker. I think we're going to be playing in a 4-4-2 or a 4-4-1-1, and I think Leao can be the second striker, or Rebic could be the second striker, or Brahim Diaz could be the second striker. So that's why we're not looking into forwards right now.
Guys, give me 4 names of third strikers that could be for us. Since it is
available strikers, or you just want names?
No, for as third strikers. I'm gonna put a poll on the chat. Want to see what the chat says.
Belotti, since it's like, let's do possible ones. Like
that's what I was saying.
Right.
Like
Belotti
one.
Who was also
Belotti's not going to be a third striker.
Scamacca. Keane. One more.
Abraham.
All right, let's see. Let's see what the chat says. All right. What about Alexander Sorloth? Don't know him. Gentile, he was great in the Euros as coming in. He never lost a ball.
Roy, you are watching different matches then.
I think, but this is true, Vo. I think Belotti might probably go to Roma since Roma have been flirting with him.
If I was you, I'd vote for Scamacca.
So far, there are 15 votes in, and Belotti is not winning. Come on, guys, vote.
Yo, guys, vote for Scamacca, please. Scamacca is the next big Italian player. He's the next Ibrahimovic, but less talented.
Don't say that.
But less talented.
Come on, guys, vote. Let's get to 25 votes. We're at 18 votes. Right now, we have a tie. Come on, guys, vote for Belotti. Show me you know
vote
what
for
you're talking about.
Vote for Moiskin, guys.
Vote for Belotti, guys. Come on.
I'm sure deep down Roy wants Moiskin to win because he was a Juve player.
By the way, let me ask you guys. How much do you respect Juve 1 out of 10?
2.
Wow.
I was about to say.
Tick size?
I cannot deny I do respect. I don't like them, but I respect them.
How much 1 out of 10?
8.
Nice, tick size. Nice. Nathan?
A 5.
All right. And what about you, Hamza?
Yeah, like around a 5, 6, 5.
Nice. The chat says 0. DOS says 1. Scamacca, that is a psycho. He created a mess of the Roma training ground. -10 by Mustafa.
Yeah, he destroyed the 3 trophy that they won against Madrid.
Really?
Yeah, in a
Keane's
preseason
in
game.
Everton, Gensil. He was, I guess, unless PSG continued the loan, he went back.
He's gone back to Everton.
Mustafa calls them thieves. Guys, come on. Let's vote. We got one more vote to go, then I'm going to end the poll. Let's go. Vote. Vote for Belotti, guys. Vote for Belotti. Let me see you vote for Belotti.
We need another reason why I don't want Belotti is because that's three big strikers. Like, we need someone who's quick and skillful as well, can get goals.
And 3 boomers as well.
Like, you don't want the same type of forward the entire time. Like,
dude, Belotti's a youngster, guys. What are you talking about?
He's 28, turning 29.
Yeah, that's a youngster, bro.
Belotti is slow and he doesn't have good foot skill.
By the way, Enrico Chiesa is just making Barcelona look like children.
No, Chiesa had an okay game, but Barca's been dominating.
Guys, one more vote. We need just one more vote. Keane will not get any games time if he comes to PSG. Well, he is. Isn't he an Everton player?
He's back at Everton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably going to play a lot.
That's the player that we should be trying to get is Keane. We keep saying we want Milan to become more Italian.
Well, I think as a third striker, he'd be great.
Yeah, but Keane is expensive. He's like
30 million probably, and he's going back to Everton, who is not in the best of shape. I feel like we might be able to make something happen there.
I'm sure we could get him on loan.
Yeah,
the poll is over.
To buy.
See, wait! Didn't someone say that Milan is a team who wants to loan with option to buy? So why would that not be the perfect situation for us? A loan.
I'm not sure if Everton would like to send him on loan for the second season in a row.
But with option to buy though, because I don't think they're trying to keep
PSG did the same thing last season.
Yeah, but
Everton don't want
Milan
him.
is not at the level of PSG that we can turn down someone with the quality of Keane if he performs.
What do you mean? We literally turned down Bakayoko after he was our best player.
Bakayoko it's a completely different position. I'm
No.
talking about Moise Keane is better than any attacker that we have outside of Zlatan.
We barely paid 30 mil for a player. Okay. Even when Tomori did well, we still wanted a discount from Chelsea.
Okay, but that's still our price range. And if we make Champions League again next year, that 30 million wouldn't be a problem because all we need to focus on is the offense. We don't need to focus on defense really anymore. Offense is what we need.
Maldini said we need like 4 years before we make those signings.
I have a question.
Guys, the votes came in. Keane 47%, Belotti 36%, Scamacca 7%, Abraham 7%. So Keane wins.
Keane makes the utmost sense. I don't understand why we couldn't get him on loan.
I agree with that.
I have a question.
Loan with option to buy at 30 million, 25 million even. I think Everton would go for something like that.
Yeah, what's the question?
We can pay them what part of that 12 million or so that we are getting for Hagway.
Do you want Bakayoko to return?
No.
Yes.
I think yes.
Only because of AFCON, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there was no AFCON, then I'd
You guys
like
have to keep
someone
in
better.
mind we're losing both Ben Nasser and Kessie.
Bakayoko would be good to return in that period, but in this period, Bakayoko would not accept the bench. He's the
don't
player
need
that
him,
does not
yeah.
accept the bench.
But
Yeah,
I just worried that if we have Benacer, Kessie, and Tonali and Bakayoko fit, Pioli is going to choose Bakayoko over Tonali or Benacer, one of them, like he did with
Nah,
Mete.
I think he'll still Ben Nasser was still our main go-to guy. But it's just that Ben Nasser always gets injured often.
But Bakayoko does not play that role.
He plays more defensive.
He would play more of a Kessie role.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think Bakayoko would accept the bench?
Yeah, he like
All right.
if he comes to Milan, he knows that Benacer and Kessie are ahead of him.
Yeah. Especially he knows Kessie's ahead of him, that's for sure.
Right. That's the thing. Like, whoever comes in this team and plays that box-to-box role, they know that one of the best players in the planet is in this team.
Yeah.
So they're gonna sit on that bench quite a lot.
But we could play close to 50 games next season, so
Exactly. Yeah, I was just to say that he could get playing time. It's not like he's gonna be
he's going to get plenty of playing time.
Yeah. That AFCON bit, that time period, it will be harsh. I won't lie to you guys.
Yeah, we were playing against some big teams too.
I looked at it, it's gonna be tough.
Roma, Juventus, and then Inter, I think too.
It's like they scheduled it deliberately, isn't it?
I think you guys are overrating Juve, by the way. That's just my opinion. I think they're going to struggle. You guys make Allegri seem like he's a superhero. He's Superman.
Lucas, do you agree that Allegri is a better coach than Pirlo?
Yes.
Okay, so that means they're going to have more points, so they're going to be more dangerous.
Even when Juventus sucks, they don't struggle, man. Come on, in Italy.
Yeah, literally.
Listen, Roy. Like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, Serie A was down bad. Serie A was literally worse than Bundesliga. But right now, I think Serie A is the second best league in the world, and I think Allegri
second.
Yeah.
Based on what?
Quality.
Based on what?
That's
quality talent.
That's to somebody who actually watches it. To the outside, nah. I would want it to be, but I don't think so.
But we are second behind the Premier League. I think La Liga has fallen behind.
I'll say this, in La Liga, there were less teams fighting, or there were less teams as close compared to how it was in Italy, where there were many close teams, and it was for the top.
Yeah. Sevilla secured top 4 in match day 34, 33.
Yeah, the Premier League was, it was kind of like a one-horse race, really. It normally is, to be honest, but Italy's the fight for the top 4 was much closer in Italy compared to the other leagues, and only to the outside world would they think otherwise. But for those who watch all the leagues, we can easily say that Italy was far more entertaining than the other leagues.
And it's currently
I don't know that because I don't watch the other leagues, but my grid, my spectral view is based on what the Italian teams do in Europe. Based on what the Italians do in Europe, I put Italy 5th.
Yeah, I do too. But don't get me, I love it. It's the best league in terms of quality, in terms of team, in terms of football. It's the best team. It's close, but the way they market themselves, the Serie A, it's terrible. Like it's
Well, that's the thing. Serie A needs to get people who just pretty much just talk out their ass.
if it wasn't for Ronaldo, like I'm not gonna lie,
Nobody would be watching it right now.
Yeah, it's facts. It's just facts.
Listen, guys, I gotta close in literally 2 minutes. Let's give our last words. Let's say our goodbyes, all that good stuff. Unfortunately, I have to close in 2 minutes. Lyrt is gone. He's disappeared.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
I'll have my closing words.
All right, go ahead.
I saw great encouragement from the team today. I saw a lot of good things to build on. I'm 100% convinced that Maldini will be in the transfer market, and I'm sure he will bring us good additions to the team. So we cannot finish any worse than third place this coming season. No worse. Well, maybe no worse than second. So Forza Milan, that's all I have to say.
Nice, I like that. All right, who's next?
Just make it quick. I agree everything with what he said. Basically I'm also convinced that we will get a force on that right side, and then we'll actually be a complete team.
Oh, let me ask you before we go. I'm curious, Hazman, how did you become a Milan fan?
My oldest brother is an Inter Milan fan. My second oldest brother is a Milan fan, and I was born. This is not a cap story. This is no lying or anything. The day I was born, my oldest brothers put red and black shirt and a blue and black shirt, and I went towards the red and black shirt.
Good man. All right.
They only watch Calcio. Like they don't watch anything else. No other league.
All right. Nice. Okay, so let's go. Did you say your last word? You said that, or anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, I said. That was it.
All right, let's go, Lucas.
We need to spend 50 million in our attack. That's all I have to say. Simple.
That's it, 50 million. But we don't have 50 million.
I think we have 50 million.
We have 20 million with a loan deal at max. That's all we have.
All right. Okay, Nathan, finish it off.
I have one last thing to say. I was going to ask you when is the next podcast?
Maybe tomorrow.
And what about the 1v1 debate? When is
that's it? If we're going to do that, that's going to be either Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay, then. That's it.
All right, Nathan, finish it off.
There were a lot of positives today, and that includes Tonali. I also think we don't have 50 million, but there's no reason why we cannot do loan with option to buy for both Scamacca and Moise Kean. Because if we get to the Champions League again, there is no reason in hell as to why we will not have 50 million to spend next year. So yeah, loan with option to buy for those two, and I think we would be pretty much set.
All right, not bad. All right, guys. Well, listen, everybody, thank you for joining the post-match. If I have last words, is that I'm very encouraged by what I've been seeing in these last preseason games. No goal conceded, but we're not scoring goals either. So that's something to look at. And that's probably why Lucas is saying what he's saying. But other than that, I think everything very positive. Tonali and the boys looking good. The defense is looking good. The new goalkeeper looks really good. Today he had a great save, so excellent. Yeah. Okay, guys, so I'll see you during the week. Join us again for the next live. We have a Panathinaikos game. Maybe we're going to do a live stream again. We'll see. Maybe not. We're going to
No, right. Don't try. Don't.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Join us again. See you next time. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao. Forza Milan.
Forza is born.
And congratulations to Carlo for his blue check thing. And I know who's next.
Me.
Not. You're not next. You're not next.
What?
You're not next.
Oh, it is. Right. You've disappointed me, bro.
All right. But maybe you're in the line. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe you're in line. All right. See you later, my man. Bye. Ciao.
Bye, sir.